See what happens. Here we are. We're live.
I
Hi.
thought you were going to swap over as I was talking. I was trying to give you another in, Will, and you didn't take it.
Oh,
About
no.
asserting dominance.
You did your best, Nate.
as I am so known for doing.
That's true. That's true. We did just talk about your dominance for a very long time before the stream started. So
Don't like
that's
that
fine.
phrasing, but
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Live from the Apocalypse, and more importantly, Vampire Records. We are a channel here on twitch.tv that raises money for nonprofits and charities and aid funds and other worthy causes. Like the beneficiary of this here stream. We do all of that in lieu of the normal Twitch things, where you might normally subscribe or give us bits or any of that stuff. We just ask that instead of doing any of that, you take the $5, the $6, whatever you got to give. There is no expectation. And you instead give it directly to the organization that we are fundraising for, instead of giving it to us, because we play games on the internet, but they will do meaningful and important things with it. This stream is benefiting the Sidebar, which is a music venue, an independent music venue in the city where I live. It is much beloved. I've spent a lot of time there, and it unfortunately has been largely devastated by COVID, like so many different places. And there's an organization that exists in my city called Feed the Sea, and they are a nonprofit. They provide housing and meals and things like that for touring bands passing through the city. They are in the process of trying to buy the Sidebar and save it, basically. So all the proceeds from this, all the donations, you're actually donating directly to them. I don't know why I said that. But if you donate, they will get the money. It will go towards keeping the Sidebar open, and we would appreciate that. I love it there, and it's a very important part of our local music culture. So thank you so much in advance. If you want to do that, if you can do that, you can hit !donate in the chat, and the bot will post the link. Yep, there it is. And if you click that, you can follow it, you can donate, and the McElroy brothers will scream and interrupt whatever is going on. Of course, we cannot stop you from subscribing. It is a thing you cannot turn off, but just be aware that if you do so, Brennan Lee Mulligan will kill one dog for every month that you are subscribed to the channel. So just ask yourself if you can sleep at night knowing what you've done.
Do we get to meet the dog?
You?
I mean, the donors, or the subscribers.
No. You see, that's the scary thing about it, right? It could be any dog.
Yeah, that changes things.
It does. It absolutely does. So just, make your own judgment call. Donate to a worthy organization or subscribe directly to us and risk unleashing Brennan Lee Mulligan upon the world. Your choice. But all of that being said, this is Vampire Records. This is a very fun game about the employees of a record store in New Jersey in the 90s fighting the forces of darkness. We have played 2 sessions of this game so far. It has been a lot of fun. I have enjoyed it very much. And this will be the last one. This will be the wrap-up for now of the crew at Vampire Records. So for moving right into it, I guess we will start off by doing our introductions. I don't remember what order we did this in, but hey, Alex, how are you? Hey, hi.
Hey, hi, I'm Alex. I'm a writer of TTRPGs. You can find me on Twitter, Mightiest Finn, or on itch at Backwater Games, where our Southern Gothic role-playing horror game Backwater is available. We are about to be releasing Backroads, our second game. That'll be coming out soon, and we got a couple projects in the works. Tonight I'm playing Darkberry. And Darkberry is ready to take charge.
Darkberry's the manager.
Darkberry is Mr. Manager, and he has had enough.
And hey, you're the employee of the month. All right, Candace?
Hi, I'm Candace. My pronouns are they, she. I am playing Phoebe Riot, who is not the manager, whose pronouns are also they, she. I'm super excited to see what happens tonight. And I don't really do anything amazing other than make 'em up games on the internet.
But you play them amazingly, so. I
was going to say,
Thank
that's
you.
all
Yes.
any of
One might say magnificent.
Eli.
Oh, Hi, my name is Eli. I am the resident ghost of Mayday Roleplay. We're a group of creators who are doing polished and live action live APs. We're currently going through and completing our Vampire the Massacre raid campaign, Vegas by Night, which is bi-weekly on Saturday mornings. When I'm not doing that, I'm also a game maker and in the space. I have a game out currently called Ghostfy, which is about letting go and saying goodbye to your characters. And yeah, I'm trolling around Twitter at a ghost of Eli, or you can see me at Mayday Roleplay. Yay!
Hell yeah. JD?
Hi, I'm JD. One day I will not panic when Will does this. That day
Lies.
is not today. Anyways, I am playing Devin in this game. He just wants a normal life and his roommate Barry to stop being Dark Barry because this is very disconcerting. You can find me doing all sorts of things. I'm often with Live from the Apocalypse. You can also find me with Tales from the Table Studio and currently with RPGs Uncovered. So those are some of the things I do. Check out my Twitter, JD, not Jason Dean, to find out what I will be doing next.
Perfect. And Nathan?
Just as I got brought up, I had to mirror my camera to get the wording right. I apologize for anyone who's like paying attention to me and then just had something glitch out in their brains. Hi everyone, I'm Nathan. I am found many places, but most frequently am found over at Reckless Attack, a 5e D&D podcast. We release every Tuesday, including this Tuesday and the upcoming Tuesday, and for the foreseeable future, all other Tuesdays. So we are a show of much friendship and adventure and frogs and all kinds of good stuff with good audio. You can learn more about us, recklessattack.com. Over on Twitter, we scream a lot. Also there too. We do other things, but mostly I'm here to be moody and eat pizza.
So say we all. Hello, my name is Will. I am also the employee of the month. I'm on various things down there. Top one is me. The bottom one is the channel. And the middle one is also the channel. If you want to follow any of those, I'm one of the organizers here at Live from the Apocalypse, and I do a bunch of stuff. What is coming up? Sunday, I will be running a live recording session of our Masks Actual Play Podcast Academy H. You can join us for the live recording of that podcast, or you can wait until a few Sundays from now when the fully edited version comes out. You should check that out if you like superheroes and drama. That's basically all that is. And I think that's pretty much it for the rest of this week. That we do a ton of stuff here. Follow the channel if you're not already. And yeah, well, you'll find something. I can tell you that. But for now, get back to Wallachia, New Jersey, and the all of our friends at Vampire Records. You all had just returned from your lunch break. You managed to go to also, you may notice these shirts. We're wearing shirts. I forgot to do this at the last session, and yeah, we might notice that there are a bunch of similar shirts here, and you can buy those shirts. The money from those shirts will also go to support the sidebar. There's a link if you want to go and buy them. I think they're probably going to be limited edition. They might be going away after this game is over. Who knows? We're wacky. We could do anything. And anyway, back into the game. The store, you just got back to it, and you were returning to work. You were returning to your jobs when you heard the sound of a very unhappy car engine. You looked out the glass window of the store, and you saw a van pulling up, heavily decorated with flowers. And the side panel of the door open up, and you saw several people step out dressed very much like hippies. Long hair, equally flowered clothing, big piece medallions, the works. They get out of the van and don't really move from where they're standing. They just kind of look around. In particular, you notice that they look at the store for a while.
I believe there's
Do
a
we-
mad scramble to flip that sign to closed.
Yeah, do we have? Yeah, I was about to say that. It's just like, do we have time to?
I mean,
Yes.
that's up to the manager.
Yeah.
That is
Did
the
you
manager
order us
thing, it
to,
sounds
Barry?
Like we're
Oh,
all
yeah.
looking at each other, just side eye.
Yeah, let's flip that. Let's flip that sign because no.
Who's
No.
going for it?
I feel
This
like
is dark.
Devin will try.
You got this, Devin.
Famous for their ability to navigate all sorts of conflict, Devin.
I hope you're
100%. Definitely not hiding under a table last time. It's fine.
Absolutely. Devin, you dive for the closed sign. They are not making a move like to come into the store. They're just kind of hanging out like by their van. But yeah, you dive and you flip the sign to closed. And as you do so, they seem to take note of it. They don't move. They don't really stop looking. But as you do that, your manager, not your manager, the owner of your store, you're the manager, the owner of your store, Jonah, says from behind you, like, whoa, what's going on?
We're closing.
Right on. Cool. Why?
Just a minor hippie emergency out front.
That's
Ooh, yeah, all right, fair.
You remember how long it took us to clean up after the last time the hippies were here? Lonnie was sweeping for hours. We had to pay him
Wait.
overtime.
Patchouli
by the
stink for
way-
at least 48 hours, man. Patchouli everywhere.
Lonnie's like in the back corner, having just fought, but even at that, turns around and strikes a meaningful look over at the group, being like, "I'm still cleaning out stains."
Phoebe is going around the shop collecting like fish and fucking Carpenter's albums just in case. Like
We need to hide these.
Jonah is volatile, so I know sometimes he might
Shut
just be
his
like,
mouth,
no, let him in. And I'll be like, we don't have anything they want. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No, right on. That's weird, right? This is weird behavior. I
yeah,
think.
they're just staring.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care for that.
Good thing you're the manager and you could tell them to leave.
Yeah, boss
Well,
man, go out there and fucking handle it.
That does sound like a job for a manager. Darkberry?
Okay. Darkberry straightens the button that Phoebe made for him, which says, "I'm the Mr. Manager," and I believe it had lightning bolts on it,
It did.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So chest out a little bit, he unlocks the door, which I assume Devin had locked, and he goes out onto the street, but like just a step over the threshold. He's like, "You folks doing okay?"
They almost seem like they're staring past you. Like
Is it
into the store.
Is it because I'm behind him with my arms folded looking extremely menacing?
It could be. But actually, if you are standing there, Phoebe, I want you to roll double your perception. So 1d10 plus double your perception.
What does that mean?
That is a 12.
12. Perfect. Okay. With a 12, something about these hippies sets your hair on edge. There's something you have felt like this before. Not sure how many times in your life, but at the very least, you have felt like this every single time you had to give Noah blood bags in the basement.
Don't like that. I put my hand on Barry's shoulder and I go, you know what, man? This is like so beneath you right now. Like you are, a fucking you've got the eye of the tiger or whatever. And you've got to, get in there and tell people what to do. So I'll handle this and you just fuck off. Like You don't need to do this right now. This isn't something a manager should do. Like, managers go in there and crack skulls.
Phoebe, I appreciate it. I know that you were a manager for a couple seconds and you've got you're a natural leader, but this, Jonah has put this responsibility on my shoulders, and he very kind of not pulls his arm out, but does like a little whoop-de-doop to get out of it. And he kind of walks a couple more steps up to the hippies, and he's like, "Listen, we're closed. This whole, it's a whatever day. So a lot of these stores, we're a small town. Why don't you guys keep moving?"
I think everybody inside, if you guys are looking toward the front, Phoebe follows Barry, stays a couple of feet behind him so that he doesn't feel like they're crowding him or they're trying to undermine. But they're in a spread leg, one leg slightly back, ready to spring at any moment stance, not a friendly stance, and not a arms crossed stance. They're fucking ready to throw down if anything happens to Dark Hair.
100%. There, Phoebe, you would notice that where they stopped right outside of their van, they're standing in the shade cast by it.
No.
There is a strip of direct sunlight on the sidewalk separating their van from the front of the store that Barry is walking across currently.
Clearly walking over, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to I'm gonna watch him, but if he goes toward the shadows, I'm gonna fucking sheepdog him so bad.
Yeah, as you get closer, Barry, I don't know if you would notice this or realize exactly what it is you're seeing, but you definitely as you get closer, one of them looks at you for the first time, and looks like they're thinking about trying to calculate something. You don't know what, but they're clearly thinking very hard about something.
I mean, Barry has a perception of 1, so he absolutely doesn't notice this.
That's fair. That's totally
just
fair.
In manager mode.
Yeah.
And this is his first act as manager, and I'm gonna clear these hippies out so my employees don't have to deal with their hippie shit.
Okay. All right. And you approach them, you approach the hippies, and you say all of the things that you said. And the one that is standing in front of you says, what was that? Sorry, can you come a little closer? I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I mean, so Barry absolutely steps closer and is like, "We are closed.
Cool.
See the sign? We are closed. Please, please, go about your business."
Yeah, absolutely. Barry, I need you to roll for me dexterity plus the highest of your God, what is it? I think it's athletics or kung fu.
May I say that I can use Getting Medieval?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I forgot Getting Medieval exists. Yes, you can use that as well.
Okay.
So dexterity plus Getting Medieval. You can do that.
I have a +9 to that. Oh, sorry. It's a D10, right? D10s.
Yes, D10.
We're playing a D10 game.
We are.
I got a 15.
Okay, cool. 15 is good, and I think probably good enough. But just barely. Yeah, actually, just barely. Just barely. And
classic Barry move.
Classic Barry move. The vampire, which I mean you don't realize at first, tries to grab you, and with surprising dexterity, with surprising speed and skill, Barry, you kind of dodge out of the way.
I was gonna say, Barry definitely goes into a classic stage combat maneuver, and he's does a deflection and this kind of kneeling down. He's like, "Sir, do not put your hands on me."
As the hippie reaches out for you, their arm does enter the strip of sunlight though, and you do see it start to smoke. They pull it back with a hiss.
Can I try to grab that hand before it pulls back into the shade?
I will say sure. Absolutely. Probably dexterity and kung fu, I would think.
Okay. All right.
All right.
That is an 18.
Okay. 18. Extremely good. Let me see here. 18 is very good. Unfortunately, they got a little bit higher than that on their roll, and I'll say you managed to like grab the wrist, but with surprising strength.
Can I use 3 drama points to make that higher than theirs?
Yes, I think you only need to. I think a drama point, if I'm not mistaken, gives you plus 10.
Really?
Yes.
Then I'd like to spend a drama point.
Drama points are
Because
very
I'm getting
good.
him. You don't fuck with Dark Berry, all right? Like, I'm
You
getting him.
don't.
I want to
do not.
yank him forward into the light more. Like, I'm sure I probably can't just like completely dust him in this move because it's kind of overcast, there's shadow and whatever. But like, I want to like pull him in because I recognize that people probably have questions they haven't asked me about how things went down at lunch.
Yes.
And I would like to, you know, not just make this about myself at this moment, so I don't have a bunch of questions.
So
They'll
with
ask me questions about this flaming man instead, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say with incredible speed and skill that maybe surprises all of you. Phoebe grabs the wrist. The hippie tries to pull their wrist back, and Phoebe isn't having it. They pivot and drag the person into the sunlight, where they immediately go up in flames and start screaming.
I look past him and I'm like, you fucking flowery excuses for fucking humans. Get the fuck away from my goddamn store. What the fuck do you think you're doing out here anyway?
The 3 vampires that remain standing there, I'm assuming you're like holding the other guy by his wrist and you're like not letting him go. So he's just like screaming and burning to death in broad daylight in front of the store while you're saying all of this. And the 3 other vampires like jump back into the van, and one of them shakes a fist at you and says, "You haven't seen the last of the children of the flower, man." And the door shuts. The van screeches off.
Yeah, if there's a glass bottle anywhere near me, I'm throwing it at that shitty van.
Sure,
And then I kick the flaming vampire over, like, get the fuck out of here. And I look at Barry and I'm like, listen, like I said, that was a great showing, but sometimes managers need to crack skulls inside.
Behind Phoebe, the burning man collapses into a pile of ash.
Barry
like
finally notices this
Barry.
and is like, we're probably going to need Lonnie to sweep that up.
Yeah, it's fucking gross, right? Fucking hippies, man. God.
I feel like inside, Devin's been still standing at the door and has ignored like where Junie and Lonnie are, and so I think he's not even looking at them, and he's just like, Junie, Lonnie, the hippie's on fire.
Junie's right next to you with their face absolutely pressed up against this door, and be like, "Oh my god, did he just turn into? Did he just melt?
He just spontaneously combusted.
What? Is that normal? Do hippies do that?
Maybe.
There's only one explanation for this. Phoebe has the power to burn people to death.
Yeah.
So no more arguments about what goes on in the morning. Okay? Let me pick the music or else.
Don't fuck with Phoebe anymore.
That was so cool.
Yeah, Barry's already thinking about how this is going to register into customer service for Phoebe.
Right. You're gonna have to fill out an incident report now that you're the manager, you know?
Right.
Like,
Oh, there's paperwork.
Technically, they weren't a customer, Barry. Calm down.
You know what? You're right. It's a municipal problem.
hey, Darkberry, listen, I don't even think we have an incident report. So as far as I'm concerned, you're good.
Okay. Barry will definitely duck his head inside. And I don't know if Nathan can hear me because I think he hid me. But he's going to say, Lonnie, can you clean this up? We got to keep the front presentable. I don't think Nathan can hear me.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, Nathan, are you deafened?
No, so I can hear everyone but Alex.
Oh, weird.
I can't see Alex either. I can see him in the
Oh.
stream.
Oh
I can see him
no.
up there, but I can hear everyone else. So that's why I was like, Lonnie's
Sorry.
hanging in the back for a bit,
Gotcha. Yeah.
having no reactions
I
that
see
could
now.
maybe have him interact with
Um,
anyone played by Alex.
You are good. I think if you just refresh, that should fix it. Sorry about
I
that.
didn't want to refresh and then also
No,
fuck
I
this
get it.
entire stream. So
You're
one
good.
moment.
You're good.
I
Yeah.
think Phoebe
okay.
goes back into the store like nothing happened.
Phoebe.
Honestly,
Phoebe.
very same.
Hey,
Sorry, Ray.
Phoebe's like following Junie's like following Phoebe.
what's up?
What do you mean, what's up, Ved?
That was so cool.
Do you, Phoebe, be honest with me right now? Like, we've always been on the same level on things.
For sure.
Can you make people burst into flame?
Yeah, are you pyrokinetic?
Because I just
mean-
watched you pull a man from like the arm, and then they just went, whew, and he's like still smoldering outside. Like there's still smoke. I can see the smoke from here. Phoebe.
No, that wasn't me. He was already like that.
Phoebe.
Okay. Yeah, he's a hippie.
I look around the store. Has Jonah gone back in the back?
He's like standing near the front, but he's like clearly not paying any attention to what you all are saying, and he's as you were looking around for him, he's just staring out the front door, and he's like, I'm not saying that I would ever do it. What do you guys think happens if you smoke a hippie?
I mean,
To eat him?
like,
No, that's disgusting. No,
What are you
if you,
talking
like,
about that?
smoked his ashes?
oh, like
Oh, you mean smoke like
maximum high, man. But I mean,
No.
if you wanted to be serious, you should grind it into a fine powder and snort it.
What?
Phoebe.
I feel
Why?
like Barry is in manager mode and is trying to just like shepherd Jonah away from the door to the back. Like, let's not talk about smoking hippies,
Lonnie
shall we?
I didn't
Lonnie
bring it up.
storms out the front door with a broom and pan and starts sweeping
Furiously sweeping.
We're just
to collect
Gonna ignore
whatever
this?
remains.
So like, I kind of like pull everybody closer to the door, and I open the door. I'm like, Lonnie, you need to hear this too.
He turns around and he has just this dustpan just absolutely heaped with vampire.
The
And
only
he's
thing
like,
that remains, the only thing that
sorry.
remains is a comically large peace medallion.
So, I was trying really hard to get. I thought like I don't know. I thought I saw like dust and I thought I should clean it. And now, yeah, all right. And then he just walks in, just with a peace medallion still in the little like thing.
Yeah. So I was hoping I wouldn't have to tell you guys this, like this / at all. But you know how like is like weird,
Yeah. Unfortunately.
and you know how there's like a dude in the basement we gotta like bring a bag of blood to.
Unfortunately.
So like,
Yeah.
there's vampires. I know. You're like, what? What are you saying? There's vampires, and it is my third job because I work here, work at the Riot House. It's my third job to dispatch them.
As you say, there's
That's-
vampires. Like the inside of the store is covered in vampires. Like the logo of the store is a like cartoon vampire. There's just vampire shit everywhere. It's Vampire Records.
So you're
So-
saying you hunt monsters?
Well, I mean, on paper, that's what I do. But like, if that hippie hadn't tried to attack Dark Berry, I probably would have just been like, "Hey, like, the fuck out of here! No loitering. Take your fucking weed somewhere else. Give me some first, like whatever." But like, they decided that they wanted to have a little snack on our fucking friend, and that's where I goddamn draw the line.
So you protect people from monsters.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the monster's like harming someone, like dude barfing up birds, I'm not going to kick him in his face. That's not his fault.
But you knew there was like a reason for a dude to be like barfing up birds, though?
Honestly, I've never seen that before. I've been doing this for a minute too. It's been like 5.5 years, 6 years. I've been doing this. I've never seen anybody puke up birds, and I'm still honestly really disgusted.
Yeah, that was disturbing, and I didn't see it.
How do you know if someone's a vampire or monster?
So you know Peter Parker?
Yes.
It's kind of like that, but not
Yeah.
like spiders. I just kind of get like a vibe.
Peter Parker's famous sense that lets him know when spiders are around.
You know.
Spider radar.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Spider, yes.
You're familiar with it.
Spider. God.
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent.
Devin and Barry absolutely have a number of Spider-Man comics in their home.
It's true.
So like downstairs, just earlier, it was got a little fucked up, and then this, and shit's getting weird, and I should have said something before, but I didn't want to freak you guys out. And the guy downstairs in the basement, sure, you got to know, vampire.
Right. Your
Not
senses
safe.
went off. Your senses went off because of that monster
Absolutely.
in the basement when we were in the basement. But that one.
Phoebe
right.
looks you up and down for the first like for real for the first time all day, and you can see in their
The first
eyes
time,
like
maybe in months of employment.
probably like they check out the back of you a lot, especially with Junie, but like the front. This is the first time like they're looking in your eyeballs, and they're like,
Pretty picture.
so you're not just like weird, you're like weird, right?
What?
I don't know what you're talking. No, I
Hey,
I had
you're, you're not my
Junie,
problem.
what was it? I had the thing, the injury, the one, right?
The turf toe.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that, but also there's like something else going on with you, Lonnie. And
I work out. Is that
you're good in a pinch. And listen, just you're not a fuck up like these vampires. We're good, man.
I don't know. Darkberry is scrambling to the board where we keep the bets on what exactly is going on with Lonnie. And he's getting ready to
write it down.
Yeah, he's getting ready to write it down because if it's something that's on here, someone might stand to get very wealthy.
Turf Toe is winning by a landslide.
Yeah, absolutely. We've all put money on Turf Toe, but
listen, you're gonna see on the sign, like in like all the way at the bottom, in Phoebe's like ridiculous looking like scrawl, monster ? No one has bid on it. I put like $1 down, and that's it.
But the Lonnie would have taken a large counter bet. It's the only bet that he's taken. He hasn't even acknowledged that this sign exists, but put down $30 somehow against that bet.
Totally normal.
Not a monster at all.
Totally normal. Has no secrets, probably.
Normal guy.
So yeah, like I kind of clap like a hand on your shoulder, like on your like bicep, and like it's strong but warm, especially considering like your size. And I kind of just look up at you and I'm like, man, listen, like far be it for me to say some dumb shit like one of the good ones, because that's gross. But we're good. Like, I don't have a problem with you. Your situation, I don't know what it is. I'd like to, but also, you're not my problem. You're not hurting anybody. You're just trying to do your job. Seem nice enough. It's fine.
Question. How come you don't punch the guy down in the basement? Or like dust him?
Yeah, let's talk about him.
So it's
Is it
because
'cause of Jonah?
I really like my job, and that idiot is in super denial. He is fully aware of my concerns. I've expressed them several times, but this is a small business, and we don't have an HR department.
Well, we do now because Darkberry is taking
Yeah,
that.
just
Darkberry, there's a fucking vampire in the basement, man,
Yeah.
and he's been
Lock that
seducing
down,
people.
dude.
Fucking saw Lonnie walk
Dude,
up out of there
crack
this
one
morning.
for
He's
the
looking all
big
fucking
boy.
weird and freaky and frazzled. Fuck that. No, Junie, you were down in the fucking basement this morning. Didn't talk for like 35, 40 minutes. No, I saw it, man. I fucking saw
Well,
it.
that was for a different reason. But yeah, if
What's
we're talking
been
about
happening here today?
if we're talking about HR though, he
It
wants
hasn't been a
better
good
blood.
day, JD. It hasn't been a good day.
It's been a day. Yeah, longest shift I've ever worked.
Plus we
You're
got
saying
Ju-
you're saying the vampire had nothing to do with what happened to you in the basement earlier.
Oh no, Lonnie, he like seduced
I did
Lonnie, and
it.
Lonnie almost like
I am a monster.
Listen, man, this is what I'm
no,
Jonah,
Dude,
Lonnie, don't say
Lonnie.
that.
It's
Don't
true.
say that.
You can see like Phoebe's like pacing, like looks like cracking their knuckles, like looking over at Lonnie, like, why don't you say something sooner? I want to go down there and fucking dust him, but like, Jonah's such a tight ass, man. I've told him time and time again, listen, that barrier's not enough. Something bad's gonna happen. He's like, no, everything's fine, man. Why are you worried about him, man? It's fucking family business, man. Fuck that, dude. We need to get him out of here.
noted tight ass Jonah.
Right.
I mean,
Such a tight ass.
he's tight for four things, and
Yes.
one of them is the undead vampire in his basement, and then it's like, hey, again, be chill, no cops,
No cops.
and then lay off the fucking Fish album over the loudspeakers, and like those are the
Absolutely.
rules. But he is very strict about those four rules.
He's super strict about those rules, so much so that I was like, hey, there's a fucking problem in the basement. And he was like, don't be a cop.
I mean, I think he just wants better blood, and I think that's the only reason why he has a lot of grievances down there. But I set boundaries with him because I told him that he shouldn't be doing that stuff.
What the fuck is better blood, though, Junie?
I'm so
I
proud of
don't
you,
know,
Junie. That's amazing.
Not pig, but like I don't know. It's just
Better
Maybe-
blood is warm and
maybe, like,
fresh.
well, maybe we got to put this stuff in the microwave. I don't know. I'm just saying
No.
that if you set boundaries with people, they'll understand that you're not
With-
supposed to be doing stuff.
With people, though. With people.
I mean, are we denying the personhood of the vampire in the basement?
I
He
mean,
denies it.
do people use their Svengali like mojo to convince people to do things that they don't want to do, and like not in like a weird like those people kind of way, but like in like a serious like fucking taking you in your eyeballs. Is this what it was like, Lonnie? Right? They
it was
take you in
really
your
bad.
eyeballs, and then all of a sudden the world's gone hazy, and you're not really sure, and you hear like a voice, and like you feel kind of sexy, and it's awful, right?
Well, I didn't really feel any sexier, to be honest. I pretty much
Always
just like
feel very
felt
sexy.
normal.
So
But otherwise, yeah, all those things. Nathan
just
is
the
laughing.
baseline of
Lonnie is
sexiness
not
was
laughing.
not-
Nathan is laughing.
See, I point with more fucking oomph. Like, see? It's fucked up. I don't like it.
I'm
I
just saying
mean-
he's been very helpful for my acting career. Provided me a lot of tips. You know, I've learned a lot because of our talks.
Oh,
I'm sorry, what was the
I was uhing at you.
You were uhing at me.
Yeah.
You, Lonnie, were uhing at me, Barry. Really?
And he like Lonnie immediately is immediately feeling deep conflicted moments for having this slight bit of like conflict. No, that thing down there, it was really inappropriate.
I understand what you're
Yeah.
saying as your manager, but I'm going to say that man in the basement has been more supportive of me than you ever were.
oh shit, it's
And can we smash cut to high school?
we can
For
absolutely
sure.
smash cut to high school.
Lonnie looks exactly the same, except he doesn't have any stubble. It's like one of those where it's like suddenly one of the Marvel Chris's is just playing himself from high school, but with like a different filter on the camera, so it looks identical as also a large, huge hulking individual. Except this time is like walking down a hallway, leather jacket on, like got the kind of classic 90s kind of like spike forward kind of haircut. I don't remember what they're called, but and is like laughing with a bunch of other jocks walking down the hallway, clearly owning the place.
Absolutely. Everybody in chat say which Chris you think Lonnie is. Carry on, though.
I think trailing behind Barry, also not significantly changed. He has maybe a little more baby fat on his face, but like still sort of like a overzealous, overeager, excited face. Wearing similar clothes, maybe a little more kept up, but he's got like, his Trapper Keeper in his backpack, and it's like there are just like flyers pouring out of the Trapper Keeper, and he's giving things to people. And there's a moment, I think, where Lonnie and Barry just like meet in the middle of the hallway, and Barry looks up at Lonnie and kind of nervously reaches into his Trapper Keeper and says, "Lonnie, I'm doing a poetry reading tonight at the Pizza Pit. Would you?"
Lonnie just like his hand is just outreached and you just like kind of place it in, and he looks down at it, and the camera pans super close, and you just see kind of a tremble in an eyebrow, and it smash cuts back, and he looks back at you, and he looks at everyone else like who's like waiting, kind of doing that like let's see how good Lonnie crushes him. And Lonnie just like crumples up the flyer in his hand and like throws it back at you, and it like hits you in the chest and like dribbles down, and everyone just like laughs, and then we just like walk past.
I think there's a further smash cut to 5-year-old Barry and Lonnie just like throwing a football in their like yard, and Lonnie clearly gifted, Barry clearly not gifted, so it's like a lot of Barry falling down and getting hit in the face, but Lonnie
like,
being very nice.
A lot of like helping up and be like, no, like you put your hands out here, and then you just do that when it gets close. You catch it.
A lot of failures. And then it smash cuts back to high school Barry tier. And then I think we smash cut all the way back.
Except no.
Oh, we don't. Okay.
Except there's one final smash cut, and that is later in the day. Lonnie would find a crumpled up flyer and pick it up and just put it in his pocket and walk away.
And is there a final smash cut of that open mic poetry night and just a shadowy Lonnie shaped figure hanging in the back of the room?
No,
there's not.
Lonnie's always that's where it ends. Is that Lonnie knows he could have. He had the flyer. He went back, but he never did. Never once, I think, went to anything.
Not even a moment of hesitation as you get to the coffee shop where you almost go in, and then the last second you just turn and walk away.
I think that day maybe specifically, that was the day where there was kind of that irrevocable decision had been made, where he walked past, he felt the crumpled up thing in his pocket, he looked in, saw his friend, either I don't know what the pre-show prep looks like for high school you, but
being very serious, very adamantly like watching the people who are performing in front of him, but certainly like so focused that even if Lonnie is like on a glass window behind him, you wouldn't see.
Can I jump in just to add a piece? Because I'm wondering if what we see in that moment as Lonnie walks past is Devin sitting beside Barry.
Yes.
and putting a hand on Barry's shoulder encouragingly as Barry goes to get up to do
Yes,
his poetry.
we absolutely see
And
that.
Lonnie, from there, seeing that, kind of in a teenage huff, leaving, walking, decides to walk the long way home along a dark, secluded highway at that point. And that is where we smash cut back.
All right. Back to the present day. All of that has happened
Yeah.
as you stand there looking at each other.
The moment.
Right, in just
Flashbacks.
In just a
second.
split second. Unless it's like Junie leans over and is like, they've been staring at each other for like 5 minutes. What's happening?
What is going on?
Is this normal?
It's fine, Junie. They do this sometimes.
And then Barry will say, "You know what, Lonnie? I forgot why I was mad at you all of a sudden. Because it's been a flashback minute or two. But
I've been remembering some things.
right, I've remembered some things. It's brought some stuff up, and honestly, oh, you were making fun of my acting career. Anyway, the vampire in the basement, he's very helpful."
That's not. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. So what should we do? He, like,
I don't know,
turns to
Monty. Maybe we
everyone
should
else.
abandon him.
I mean,
Looks at the rest of you, pretending that he didn't hear, but like you can see just like there's a tear welling up, but not turned towards Barry whatsoever.
not to ignore all this tension, but how much time do we have on the clock for work? Because we have a show to put on later.
Well, you're closed, so you know.
We're closed. Oh yeah, we're closed.
Yeah, we're closed. It's fine.
Hey Barry, can I go? Can I get out of here for the day?
Go ahead.
As you are all standing around having this conversation, you hear a tap on the glass of the front door. And you all look over. I don't think most of you would recognize the person standing there, but Barry, you would. You recognize the woman standing there. She is extremely gothic. She has long, dark hair. You recognize her from your audition this morning as the person that Franz addressed as Serena.
I'll go open the door.
And she sees you. She is wearing basically the same thing, just like a far too elegant and like elaborate black dress that is a lot of like lace and things, a ton of makeup, very dark straight hair, and she has a large black like shoulder bag with her as well, and she looks a little freaked out, honestly. But like, despite the fact that she looks scared when she speaks, it is very much in the same tone that you have always heard her speak with, which is to say, Barry, thank God I found you. I really need to speak to you.
Oh, yeah, Serena, come in. Junie, if you need to go, we're all good.
Whatever. Cool. I guess I'll see you at rehearsal, right? And I'm looking at like Phoebe, like Phoebe should come with me, so we could go to Riot House and get ready for tonight's shows, right? What we're doing?
I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there's a weird van circling outside of your store. It's got like flowers on it and stuff. It's like circling the block.
Remember that time everybody said vampires are fucking harmless?
Okay, well, these vampires seem to be rude.
Why do you think they're here? They're not trying to come in here. Guys, I have an occupation that I need to uphold. They know who I am, and they're still circling the block. That's a death sentence.
Do you
What's
want to
so
know what
important?
Do you want to know what I think?
Go ahead.
Yes, Serena, what do you think?
I think in a way the world is a vampire.
Thank you, Serena.
At that, you hear a large crack from off screen, and Lonnie is holding his broom in two halves and says, "Let's make sure they leave us alone." And he's looking directly at Phoebe.
Yeah.
What?
You can tell, like, Phoebe doesn't know what to think right now. Like, they're, like, in, like, business mode at work, but they have to be in, like, after hours business mode as well, and they did not expect for anybody to hear about any of this today. It's clear that they were not prepared at all, and I think, like, you just see them start packing their shit. Like, they start just getting their stuff. Listen, like, I don't have time for this. I'm gonna go get the van. I'm gonna take care of it. And then I'm gonna go to my fucking show.
What? You're gonna take care of the van by yourself?
I mean, you guys are welcome to join me if you want, but like, I can't just have him casing the joint, especially because like I have it on good authority, just being suspicious that they're fucking trying to break what's his name? That asshole out.
Mr. Vampire.
Mister? He doesn't deserve your respect, Darkberry. Oh my god.
Well, if we're all clocked out, I think fighting is fine. You know, I don't think we want to be fighting on the clock because then there are some workman's comp issues, and I think our insurance might be a problem. But we're off the clock, so I'm gonna reach a hand out to Lonnie, who is. I would like a broom half, please.
Hey, this is crazy. What's happening right now?
Serena, we have had a day. Have you seen Franz?
That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay, well, he's in the hospital in a coma. He was choking on ravens.
That makes sense. Barry.
It does. It
Does it?
does.
I feel like
What?
everyone, there's all this fucking
Hold
tension
on.
and back and forth, and as soon as that happens, everyone just fucking snaps and looks
Wait
over
a
and be
minute.
like,
What?
Would you care to run that by us again?
Explain.
Barry, I came here to tell you something really important.
Huh?
I'm here to offer you the lead role of Hamlet in the production of Hamlet by William Shakespeare.
That's not explaining ravens. That's really exciting for Barry, but that's not explaining the ravens.
Franz can't do it because he's in the hospital.
Right.
So
Right. Like a normal reaction to that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I will do it.
Congratulations, Barry.
Thank you, Devin.
Yeah.
listen,
you hear
There's a
another crack
saying-
of wood, as now there's 3 pieces of broom.
listen, there's a saying in the theater, maybe you all haven't heard of it, I'm sure Barry has. The show has to happen.
I mean, the show might go on.
I've heard it both ways.
I just do you know, did he cast that spell himself?
Oh, maybe. Maybe that's what this is. And she reaches into the bag at her side and pulls out this very old looking book that is sort of covered in weird like ripples and whirls within the leather itself.
I want to touch it.
Yeah, no. Can Phoebe confiscate it? Because I feel like they would look at that and be like, "Are you serious right now? What are you doing leaving this out?"
Well, I mean, I thought he would probably want it eventually once he got out of the hospital.
Yeah, give it to me. If he wants it, he can come see me. All right.
Okay. All right. Barry, I had another thought. I think if you're going to play the lead of Hamlet in Hamlet by William Shakespeare, I thought of a stage name for you.
Okay.
Barry, and then Sirius, but like the Latin word for dog. Because it sounds like very serious, which this show is. But also it's Latin.
Yep. Sorry, Alex
Cool.
is trying to not die. I think I will take that under consideration. I think that's very smart.
You mean very smart?
I feel like Barry is like looking at everyone like, are you hearing? Are you hearing this? Is it just me?
You
'Cause
meet
Dark-
Phoebe's eye, and they're like,
Dark Barry is not nearly as enraptured of Serena as Barry is. But okay,
Your darkness has met hers and have found it wanting.
have found it wanting.
mm-hmm.
Okay, listen, why don't you go visit Franz? He was very sick. We'll keep his book. We'll keep it safe. Phoebe, I think that they were an archivist or something at some point. They have a lot of skills that I didn't know about. But we'll keep it safe. You go visit Franz, and just if you see a bird that's covered in vomit, Lonnie is missing his pet.
Wow, I am so
Oh.
sorry to hear that. I will keep an eye out.
Hey, Will, could I do the equivalent of an insight check on
Sure.
Serena? Okay.
Absolutely. A mundane one, I am assuming.
For now.
Okay, all right.
now.
Either way is totally fine.
I appreciate
yeah.
that all the other players are just like, no, Will said that this is just her fucking weirdo vibe, and so sure, why not? It fits in with everyone else in this town.
JD and I have played a lot of games together. So yeah, you're gonna roll with perception and let's say notice.
All right. That is going to be a 15.
With a 15, I mean, you're pretty sure Serena is just a like gothed out space cadet.
Cool. All right. Then I don't need to go to the next level, at least with Serena.
Not unless you want to. But so Serena is going to sort of take your advice and say, I should probably visit Franz and see if he's okay. Before she turns away, she says, she like pauses and she looks back at Dark Barry and says, have you not been working out? You look great.
Barry turns and looks behind him, like Serena's talking to someone else. He's like, no,
just something about you seems so different, so much deeper. You've seen what this world truly is.
I think I have. I think I'm going to be able to bring that to Hamlet.
I have that sense about you. I think we should talk about it more. Maybe later if you're free.
Listen, I've got a concert tonight at the Riot House, Phoebe's venue. Why don't you come see, and then we can chat after.
I am so excited.
I can tell.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Phoebe, can I make Serena my guest?
Yeah, that's fine. Just no spells in the venue, please.
Serena, is that okay?
I really wish I could promise that, but sometimes the magic, it just can't be contained.
All right, well, if you do anything fucked up, can you tell me, please? Just, professional courtesy.
Absolutely.
I think Phoebe, pushes past her to, open the door to be like, please fucking go, and, sends Barry, seriously? Look on the way.
Listen, I have two guests. Devin is always one of my guests. I've never used my other guest spot, so I'm excited to use it.
I love the implication that Devin never gets his own invitation, which I feel like tracks.
I mean, it's only for practical purposes. Barry will always invite you anyway, so it's just a numbers game and no other reason.
Hey, Candace. What does Phoebe do with the book?
Yeah.
Phoebe puts it in, they have a leather satchel that has pins and shit and patches all over it. And they throw it in there and it has a little padlock on the outside. And above table, I imagine that they would give it to their watcher. But below table, they're going to keep it in that satchel and not answer any questions about it.
Good to know.
Cool. Okay. Well, you've got 3 parts of a broom handle, and you had been talking about, going to kick some ass.
Yes, I would like a broom handle and to kick some ass, please.
I
Can I
think
get a broom
before we
handle?
like, I want to just tell Jonah, like, I know he's not going to be worried, but just give him a heads up that like there's a weird van in the area that is full of people like his ancestor, and tonight is not an appropriate night for them to have a party.
Whoa, that's crazy. Is it 10 already?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, have a good night, I guess. I'll see you at Riot House.
Yeah, please. Just, if you could like make sure that that guy is locked up tight. We
You
had an
got it.
incident today that I was not told about for some reason,
Oh,
even when I
no,
was the manager for 5 minutes.
that's
So
more of a Barry thing as the manager, I would say.
yeah.
We're addressing it.
I've made Barry aware. I'm just letting you know, since you're locking up, you're gonna be the last one here. Just keep him in his cage.
Yeah, of course. I couldn't let him out if I wanted ancient curse, and all that. So
All
Great.
right. Phoebe
I'm
does
gonna
not trust. Phoebe does not trust at all.
fair. Look, I'm gonna head out to Riot House now because I don't want to be late. But I'll see you there. So
I was gonna say, can we have it established that
Worst person.
can we have it established that all of the clocks we can just like hit the wall and they just like advance to closing time whenever we
100%.
want?
We have it just like
why
just
not?
Yeah.
jury rigged.
Oh my god.
Is he the worst person or is he the best person? Really?
Depends.
I
Depends.
think it's
I'm
very
just gonna
much
go ahead and leave for
You're on.
your house before you, so I'm not late.
no
Fantastic.
no qualifying questions. Nothing's like, well, shit. I guess I gotta go. Huh.
Right.
You told him it was late. He doesn't want to
Yep.
miss the show.
Doesn't want to be
Oh
late.
my god.
So yeah, we'll lock up and then go deal with some hippie vampires.
Cool. As you step outside, it's suddenly
I'm sorry. Is that just like, oh, it's 10 p.m. and it was literally there was sun like
Yes.
40 seconds ago
Yeah.
in game.
Oh yeah.
It's Wallachia. We have
Just, it
weird
was a
weather,
lot.
man.
He's
Fine.
not even upset about it.
well, that's
Pull the curtain.
that's kind of what's weird about it, because as you step outside, it is dark.
Motherfucker.
The streetlights are on.
Oh.
Guys, how much time passed when Barry and Lonnie were looking at each other?
I don't know. This is a
Get out our-
long ass shift.
Can I look at my like Casio calculator watch or whatever? And what time does it say?
It says 10 p.m.
Does my Mickey Mouse watch say the same thing?
Your Mickey Mouse watch does say the same thing.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Oh, it says 10 p.m. Barry, your slot was at 6:30, bro. You're late.
Who's running this? Who's running the system? I'm fucking freaking out.
It's cool. Let's just get these fucking dusty shitheads and get back to my place, man.
As you're standing
for this.
around, you sort of hear this like this kind of strange tone. It's very like deep and resonant. It's almost more of a vibration than it is a sound. Phoebe, you would feel it particularly strongly as it is coming from your bag.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Are you serious right now? I don't have time for this. And she's gonna open up the top of the bag to look at the book.
As you open the bag, the tone grows definitely more resonant. It grows louder in a way where you all feel it more strongly. It seems to be building.
Very loud singing book.
Can one of us make an occult roll? Like Barry sort of
Yeah, absolutely.
write his little face in there and
Anyone who wants to make an intelligence plus occultism roll.
I would
do
love
it.
to.
I'm just not even gonna bother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wouldn't be a
it's
high roll. I'll put it that
it's
way.
Fair.
it's not my job.
so I got a 23.
I got,
got an
six.
18.
Spooky Berry.
Listen, this vampire in the basement has had me read some really weird plays.
Oh my
A lot
god,
of them
keep
are
it
in
to
Latin.
yourself. No.
I mean, I have been working on my oration, you know, my tones.
Very.
Without opening the book, it is very hard to know exactly what is happening, like the specifics of what is happening here. But it is very obvious to you that the sudden skip in time is the result of this object, and it seems you can draw like a one-to-one correlation between the fact that like you said this untrue fact out loud, and then suddenly it was true.
Barry is going to look at Phoebe and say, "Isn't it cool how Devin is 6.5 feet tall?"
What? What does that have to do with
What?
anything?
Lonnie like looks down at himself, looks over, looks down, looks over, and just shakes his head.
You like look down at yourself. How tall is Lonnie?
No, Devin.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, how tall is Lonnie?
I'm like I imagine like 6'2", 6'3", somewhere in that kind of amorphous like athlete tall.
Very, very cool. You look down at yourself and look up, down at yourself and look up, and then like the third time, you realize Devin's taller than you.
What just happened? What? Barry?
Dark
This is
Barry's
fucked up,
eyes
man.
go wide.
What the fuck is this book, Barry? What is this book? What are we doing?
So I'm gonna take the book and open it.
Don't read it, Barry, for God's sake.
When you open it, the tone ceases entirely. Stops making that noise. It's sort of like you feel the lingering in your ear, and as the book falls open, Junie, you hear the sound of the ocean.
Whoa. I'm gonna like walk behind and stand behind Barry.
It's like when you put a
Peek
seashell up to
over.
your ear.
Yeah.
So Barry has a quality of occult investigator. So he is fascinated by these sorts of things. So I think if no one intervenes, he's gonna take a deep dive into this book right now. Like, I want to make occult rolls. I want to know exactly the origins of this thing. All that.
You rolled a 20 something, so you can absolutely do that. But as you start to turn the pages of the book, there is not so much. There is text inside the book itself, but it is hard to read because it has been written over. Every page you turn to has different handwritings and different, like, pencils and pens, markers, things like that. All say different things, most of them phrased as wishes. I wish my dog was alive. I wish Brennan Lee Mulligan hadn't, shown up in the middle of the night and
Eating my dog
in front of me. things. I wish my dad had never left home, stuff like that. And like every page you turn to, there's just more and more of this, and it's kind of like covering up the text itself. You can make out like a few pieces here and there. You can tell that it is in a Eastern European language that Barry most likely does not speak.
Nope.
When Barry turns the pages, does it still sound like the ocean the whole time that he's doing it?
To you, it does.
Okay.
I think as soon as this registers for Barry, he involuntarily goes into his shirt pocket and pulls out a pen.
Devin tries to stop you, but promptly trips over his feet because he's not used to being 6.5 feet tall.
What are you doing, Barry?
So Barry clicks his pen, and I'm going to say maybe a little fast, he starts writing out "I wish" on the book.
Barry, don't.
And if no one stops him, he writes, "I wish I were famous."
Phoebe is just pacing back and forth, like tearing their hair out. Like their mohawk is now like bedraggled.
Mohawk went from this wide to this wide.
Like it's a problem. They're doing their best, but they're just looking at Barry and they're like, Barry, you're real soft. If I fucking hit you, you're gonna crumble like a fucking, I don't know, muffin. Please, Barry, don't do this. Don't do this, man. Please. We got enough to clean up today.
In that moment, you hear a screech of brakes as a van that is covered in flowers screeches to a halt on the street outside. The door slides open. 3 hippie vampires step out onto the night street of Wallachia, and they say, "We told you you hadn't seen the last of the children of the flower, man." And then they pause for a second and say, "Wait a second. Aren't you Barry?"
Barry looks up, and is like, "Yes, I am." And then I write, "I wish there weren't any flower children."
On that note, that I have to think about the implications of.
Yeah,
my
yowza.
God.
Yowza. Uh-oh.
We're going to take
All
a
of
break.
us are gonna vanish.
We're going to take a quick break right there.
Maybe like a 15 to 30 minute break as we kind of consider the metaphysical implications of what just happened.
Whole groups of bees wiped out.
No,
Yeah.
okay. I guess Barry will be more specific in his writing.
You don't
Well,
have
it's like
to
it's
be.
too late.
You don't have to be. I don't want to like infringe on anybody's fun. I think it sounds fun to me, but if
I
you
don't
want to
commit
it,
genocide, so I'm going to say flower children vampires.
Maybe you should have thought about that before you started writing in the fucking Magic Wish book, Barry.
Oh my God.
Dark Barry.
Barry.
The darkest Barry.
The
Genocide
darkest.
Barry.
Oh
No.
my
this is the
gosh.
darkest Barry.
I don't
is.
own that.
All right. We're gonna walk back the. What I really like the idea is that you write, "I wish there were no flower children," and then everybody is like, Barry, and then you like scratch it out really quickly, and you're like, "I meant I wish there weren't any hippie vampires."
He uses up 6 wishes trying to get it right, where he gets like 3 letters to the end and then just scratches it out and starts
Yeah.
over. And somehow none of us are stopping him. We're just watching to see what's going to happen.
Things are happening. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go away. See you real soon. It's fine, I guess. That was weird, right, everybody?
It's a little. It's
weird.
fine. No, it's fine.
It's
I mean,
fine.
supernatural.
It's
There were some
Wallachia be like.
captions.
certainly has nothing to do with all of reality being rewritten.
Yeah,
It's
No,
true.
it's just Wallachia kind things.
there's not even a source in that scene that could be captioned, so that's very interesting. Well, anyway, we'll get right back into it. I guess if you do weird things, then weird things happen, and stream's haunted, and that's fine. About this book, Alex,
Yes.
you are writing a bunch of different, like rapid fire, a bunch of different wishes to like try to fine tune exactly what you meant.
Yes.
Cool.
And it's like an ever increasing, like, I wish there were no flower children vampires who are on whatever our street is driving, like very
Yeah,
targeted.
absolutely. As you are writing that out, things keep happening, like different things keep happening, like the vampires that you're looking at, that are like moving towards you threateningly, disappear. And then you scratch out what you wrote, and then you rewrite it. At one point, like I think Devin disappears, and you cross that out and rewrite it. At one point, uh, Lonnie's lower half starts to like melt,
Can someone take that
then
away, please?
it
Barry,
reforms.
please.
One thing you notice, Barry, as you are writing these things out, is that you are having to flip through more and more pages just to find room to write
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, Barry, if you could please stop doing whatever it is you're doing and put it back, that would probably be the best course of action at this point. I mean, look how you are frantically going through this book, Barry.
Yes. I think having watched all of this happen and like seeing Devin disappear, that's a little traumatizing because that's the second time Devin's disappeared today. And that's
He
not
came
okay.
back.
I mean, he's come back twice, but
Yeah.
I don't want to melt Lonnie's lower half. So I think Junie's saying this like as he's rapidly flipping, he like slows down and then stops, puts his pen away. It is like, I don't think we can trust me with this book.
Yeah, that's why I
bud.
was in the
I'm
bag.
I'm gonna grab the book and close it. Yeah, bud. I think we figured that a few pages ago.
Can someone wish for my legs back, though?
Your legs did reform as one of Barry's corrections. You
I
close the
also
book.
put Devin back to their normal.
Yes,
correct
Devin's
size.
back. Lonnie's lower half is reformed, and the as you hand the book over to Junie, it sounds like the van is still there. The vampires are gone.
Huh.
This feels too like neat, tied up with a
Hmm.
bow.
There's definitely consequences, but I don't see the consequences now.
Oh my god,
As-
Barry, are you gonna start barfing vampires?
Oh no.
I really hope
as
not.
as Junie says, I don't see the consequences. The front window of Vampire Records shatters in an explosion of glass. Shards fly out along with the body of the owner,
Ooh.
Jonah, who hits the ground, rolls a couple of times, comes to a stop on his back, looking up at all of you, says, "Ow."
What
are
the
you
fuck,
doing, man?
Jonah?
Are you okay?
I think no, I'm not. I'm not okay. I'm very badly hurt, actually. But after you left, oh god, I mean, he came out of nowhere. I don't even know how he got in. I mean, the place was locked up.
Who?
You're not going to believe this, Vlad.
What?
Pizza guy?
Vlad's Pizza Pit?
Yeah, the guy, the pizza guy.
Vlad is our friend, man. Like, what's up?
I know.
Did
I
you
love. Listen.
Did you do something to Vlad?
Oh man, did
Can
I?
I
Are we blaming
can I
victims
go
right
in the
now?
store? Can I go
I
like
think
peek
at
in the
this point
store?
we just go.
Can I go
Okay,
run and peek in the
Gotta go
store?
look.
As you go for the store, Jonah like kind of extends one hand and says, "Don't worry, I'll be fine. But you got to stop him." He said he was going for the basement.
Fuck.
F.
You see Phoebe just like fly through the broken window, like into the store.
Just like
Oh,
like
yeah.
a bat, like arms out Batman
Yeah.
leap.
Yeah, like hardcore, like tearing down the stairs. Like
100%.
when you guys get to the door, like the hinges are almost off. Like wrenches the fucking door and tries to get down there as quick as possible. Like when I land, is he already like doing mojo?
Oh no, when you land at like the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
When you land at the bottom of the stairs, actually, all you really hear is is conversation. Like you hear some conversation, you hear some people talking, and they are clearly in the middle of something, and you actually hear Noah's voice, and you can tell that it's Noah's voice because it has that same sort of like echoing quality that you have come to expect and be familiar with. And it's he is saying, well, it's been a long time since we've seen each other, isn't it? Vlad says, I told you that I would be back. I told you that you could not keep it from me forever. And that I would find a way through this little spell that you created. Noah says, you may have made me into a monster like you. But all these years later, my spell still holds. And this cursed existence is the price that I pay every day. Vlad says, not for very much longer. Phoebe, what would you like to do?
Phoebe is like crouched at the bottom of the stairs, like, oh shit. This is fucked up. And is like trying to decide like how to proceed. I imagine some of you have probably like followed.
Yeah.
So I think she just kind of sits there eavesdropping for a second, recognizing that both of these dudes are in their own ways not great, and like wants to at least warn whoever's going to be barreling through that door in a second so that we don't have anything.
I feel like there's got to be no chance that they didn't hear you, if not all the rest of us, right? Like doors were thrown open and all that stuff.
I wasn't quiet.
Right.
Sounds like they're having a moment though.
That's why I'm not like walking, because I know it's open the door, down the stairs, around the corner to the back of the facility type of situation.
And you would know that the basement is very soundproof because sometimes Noah just screams.
Yeah. So like I'm trying to minimize the noise that I have made thus far and just kind of stay in front of the stairs so that I can clue people in so that they're not just like hauling ass.
I think it's probably likely. Lonnie, I don't know. You can see from Phoebe, I'm assuming you're probably going to be the first one down the stairs, and you can see Phoebe is like gesturing to be quiet. I don't know if that's something Lonnie is interested in or capable of.
Well, interested in is, I mean, absolutely. You know, the former manager is speaking here.
True,
or non-verbally speaking. Capable is another situation.
It
he's
sure is.
You know, he's a lot of things. He actually is a little acrobatic, just because he's just such a good athlete. He might be able to, but it's not his preferred style generally.
I definitely get that. And I think maybe I'm going to need everybody to roll. I'll say not Phoebe, because I think that makes a lot of sense. But for everybody else, let's just do double dexterity, I think.
What do we roll in this game again?
D10.
Just a D10.
That's what I thought, but I was like starting to roll. I was like, let's just double check real quick.
Absolutely.
In a couple weeks.
It's 11 for Junie.
Okay. All right. That's not nothing. That's not nothing.
Barry.
I'm actually
12 for Devin.
Also a 12.
Hell yeah.
We established you as broomsticks.
Not
Junie
Devin.
asked for one.
Broom shards.
I want a broomstick.
Yeah, I think they would have been passed out, and I think the one that Lonnie has still has the broom attached, like the bristles attached to it, just because he can't quite give that up just yet.
100%. Excellent. All right. So with the rolls that you all have made, unfortunately, you do see Vlad standing at the end of the row in front of you, in front of the semi-transparent barrier and the cave You see Noah's emaciated form beyond in the barrier still contained. You see Vlad standing there, and he is, as we previously described, a very short man, very stockily built. Like he has very large muscles. Like he works out a lot, but he is like 5'4", maybe 5'3", 5'4". Very short, bristly, dark hair, and he very sort of squashed features, and he is wearing one of his own shirts, available now at livefromtheapocalypse.bigcartel.com, as he stands before you, and as you can see, excellent shirts.
God, wait, has this just been a 9-hour commercial for merch?
Yes.
Shit.
It's true.
So he's built like a Glenn Rollins or a Henry Danzig type figure.
100%, yes, very big Danzig energy.
Into it. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, he rounds on you, and as he does so, he hisses, and his features change into the monstrous, bumpy countenance of a vampire.
I imagine he
Oh.
sees me first.
Yes, definitely.
Well, Phoebe has to do, their sassy Buffy thing where they engage in banter.
Yeah,
So I think
absolutely.
they stand up and they're like, Vlad, you must be fucking old, man, to hide from me. Wow. Okay. I thought we were fucking friends.
You have no idea how long I have hidden in my disguise as a humble pizza artisan.
How do you deal with all the garlic knots, dude?
Phoebe asking the question.
It's got to have a guy for that, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's just some. It's just like, Drew makes the garlic knots. Like, I don't ever.
Right, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that's why I always work in front counter. I see.
Indeed.
It's a shame.
That, and I like the people.
You like to eat people.
No, I like the people. I like to talk to
You
them.
mean to
I
eat
like
them?
I like to ask them how their day. Look, I'm going to kill you now.
I thought we
you
were
liked
friends.
the people.
Yeah.
Lonnie,
We're
look,
friends.
Lonnie canonically is wearing this T-shirt because his other shirt got ripped up in the basement of
Listen.
Vlad's, and he just like looks down and then looks up as everyone is shouting. Is just like, we trusted you to make our pies, man.
Listen, you've been some of my best customers, and I appreciate the support. It's not easy running small business in this
Yeah, and
day
we
and
support
age.
you. We support you. You kill us and we can't support you.
Part of me feels bad. Part of me does not care.
Why do you need to kill us? Are you here to kill this shithead?
Yes.
So why do we need to go? We don't like him.
You let me kill him?
No.
Maybe.
We have still not established that we are getting rid of the personhood of the man behind the barrier.
Seems like you're not all on the same page about this. Maybe you want to take a second and figure that out.
Okay, sidebar.
Group huddle.
Phoebe
We
is
hold
standing
up
there
fingers.
with a fucking steak in their hand, arms crossed,
Right.
like watching you guys. Like, go ahead, talk it out. Go ahead. There's none of this when you're on the fucking job, but go ahead. It's fine.
Noah's been very nice to me. Vlad's been very nice to me too, but now he wants to impale me.
This morning, somebody enchanted Lonnie to make him think that he wanted to smash Junie's brain into a fine pate. In my
And then
opinion,
feed it to
everybody,
Noah.
But
everybody on that side of the room's fucked up. That's what I think.
But I talked to Noah and we established boundaries.
I did.
That's right,
I
you
did,
did that.
I did apologize. I did apologize for that.
Thank you, Noah. I mean,
Like
I
Lonnie,
think
you see
Junie's made a
Lonnie, we're all
point.
like huddled, like an actual team huddle, and you see Lonnie, like his head pops up and he just glares and he goes back down really, really
It's kind of like the
slowly.
devil you know, the devil you don't, kind of situation. Like I would rather deal with Noah than with this new about Vlad. But again, pizza.
Yeah,
Right.
we know Vlad though. Like he's not new, but he is new. This is new.
We
is
don't
new.
need Vlad for the pizza, all right? Fucking Danny or whatever his name is that handles the garlic knots. He's more than capable of that
I
shit.
have thought Drew's garlic knots have really been great the
That's his
last
name.
couple months.
I think
There
you're
you go.
absolutely right.
Yeah, no, that's valid.
Hey,
Okay. What about
Lonnie just like yells out, is like, "Hey, Vlad, just like quick, just a quick question. Why do you want to kill him? Like, is it like a vampire turf war kind of thing, or like what's the? Seems like history maybe, or what's
It's it's a very long story, very long time ago. This place sits on ancient portal of magical power
You know that?
how do you say it? Hell? A hell mouth, I think. Anyway, very very long time ago, I come here. This man, he lives here. He is a mage, sorcerer, something like that. We get into a fight. I punish him by killing his family. I turn him into a vampire like me. He uses his last moments of life to trap himself in this impenetrable barrier spell for all eternity.
That's fucked up, Vlad.
So the real
You're
bad
telling me I
guy.
worked so hard for this, and then he takes it all away in just a second.
No, I'm saying you're fucked up for this.
But wait, wait a minute. You, good sorcerer, vampire, whatever, Noah. What? Why would you have tried to break the barrier earlier today, trying to get Junie in there for a snack?
Oh, yes, I am a monster. I am absolutely a monster. He has turned me into a monstrous creature, and I cannot control my baser urges sometimes.
Noah is trapped in the poetry coffee shop because
No, I
this
appreciate
guy.
Barry. I appreciate the effort. Maybe stop helping.
What the fuck was that?
All right,
Don't
I
talk to my
guess.
friend like that.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, everybody here fucking sucks except for you guys. I love my staff, I love the team. This is really great. I'm actually like really glad this is happening because I've been having to keep a lot of secrets from you guys. So it really does me a big favor that this is out now. But you, Vlad, fuck you, man.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
I agree. Quick vote: pizza or no pizza? Pizza.
Wait,
Listen,
which one?
I am backbone of economy.
But Drew's the backbone of the
Drew
shop
is
now,
the backbone.
and I
It's
don't.
true.
Dude.
Also,
I
Vlad,
don't
let's be
like your-
real. Wallachia has a very strange economy. We've got like 7 different music venues, and they all do really well, and that's really weird.
Oh,
So, like-
you know what though? Like, if this goes under, more parties at Riot House.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay, yeah, I vote no pizza.
No pizza.
Which one? Wait, which one is which?
Pizza means Vlad lives. No pizza means Vlad doesn't live.
No
No
pizza.
No pizza.
Yeah.
Lonnie?
Lonnie dramatically like steps forward, just like hitting the bristles of the broom on his hand. He says, "I always preferred Chinese takeout anyway." He goes sprinting in slow motion, I assume, as everyone
Yeah.
does.
Vlad drops into a crouch and says, "You'll regret this when you're eating Drew's dry garlic nuts," and then springs into action to meet you halfway. And the two of you collide with a clash. I think at this point we are going to do some intentions, talk about what people are intending to do in this particular encounter. Lonnie, you spoke first. What is your intention here?
My intention is, I mean, I think it is really just as straightforward as like Lonnie's going in for another tackle. Is like we outnumber, and this group is really has proved today to be a little more capable in these sort of situations than maybe Lonnie anticipated. But he also is very keenly aware of not maybe too much eye contact, if at all possible. But so he's just gonna like, as soon as he gets close enough, he's just gonna like duck his head all the way down in the way you're not supposed to if you weren't a Frankenstein, to protect your neck. But he's not so worried about that right now.
Okay, cool. So just like straight up tackling him, basically. Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Who else? Who else has an intention in this? Yes, Phoebe.
I think my intention is to, like, I see that Lonnie is about to come to blows. So instead of inserting myself, I just kind of think about how I can kind of use this momentum to my advantage. And I kind of stand in front of where I imagine they're going to hit the ground,
Yeah.
ready to get in there with a stake.
Cool. Dark Berry.
Barry is going to run over to the refrigerator with the blood bags.
Ooh.
Because Barry remembers that those sigils that made Devin vanish. And he's gonna bust a bag and start applying those
Ooh.
sigils to the wall to see if we can open up a one-way ticket to hell for this mother.
Very,
dark
very
fucking Barry.
interesting.
Yeah.
Fucking dark fucking
Oh
Barry.
man.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, that is going to take a couple turns, I think, for you to do that, but absolutely. Devin or Junie?
If I'm seeing Dark Barry do this, then since I have a piece of broom, I'm gonna defend Dark Barry so that Dark Barry can
Ben Darkberry.
so that
Protect
he can
him.
do protect Dark Barry at all costs.
Absolutely.
But I'm hoping that we're far away from actual action, so I'm just standing
Right.
there holding like half a broomstick or like a piece of broomstick with both hands.
Perfect. Devin, what about you?
I'm gonna be helping Darkberry to do this. I think
Very
I
good.
see immediately what he's doing, and I'm like, you know what? 4 hands are better than 2. Let's do this.
Perfect. Okay, great. So one thing that I did miss last time we were playing this game was action. So by default, everybody can take one action unless your dexterity is sufficiently high enough, in which case you can take more than one action. So if your dexterity is 6 or higher, you can take 2 actions. Is that Lon? I imagine it would only be Lonnie or Phoebe who have superhuman attributes.
Nope, I'm at 4 dex.
Okay. What about Phoebe?
7.
7. All right. So Phoebe can take 2 actions per turn if you want to. So first up, though, Lonnie, you are getting in there. You are more trying to hold him, right? Basically.
Yes, exactly. Just classic form tackle, but head down kind of situation.
Perfect. You're going to embrace him tenderly. That is going to be dexterity plus kung fu.
Ooh, what about sports?
You know, it doesn't say sports here, but I will allow it because I think it does make
doesn't
sense.
make that much. My difference between kung fu and sports is not actually all that much. So
from a football perspective, I think it makes sense. I'll let you do it if you want.
So I'm saying.
So,
ooh, Dex. That's a 19.
Perfect. Perfect with a 19. That is great. He is going to get a chance to try to get out of the way. No, I will let you know he is preternaturally strong and preternaturally fast. So while a 19 is almost certainly enough to get somebody normal, you are dealing with a supernatural creature here. You could spend a drama point and add 10 to that if you want to.
Ooh, yeah, I definitely should. I will definitely do that.
Cool. So that becomes a 29, which is going to be much harder for him to beat. Let's see here. He does not. He fails. So you have him trapped. You have him in your grasp, and miraculously, as far as the rest of you can tell, you are fully restraining him. And I think he even cries out as you are doing this, realizing that he's not able to break your grip. He says, "How are you doing this? I'm fueled by the power of death itself."
Way.
Fueled by Vlad.
Way what?
Protein. And he's just shut up and just keeps he's just trying to ragdoll him at this point because he can't quite get him to the ground. You know, he's trying to, and so he's just trying to keep him off balance and just starts shaking him.
100%, absolutely. Now that he is restrained, Phoebe, they're still thrashing around on the ground. Would you like to continue with your plan?
I think since I can take 2 actions,
yes.
Can one of those actions be to put my knee on his chest to help Lonnie pin him before I go in for the stab?
You can. I think that is going to most closely resemble aiming. You're not technically aiming, so I'm going to say that you can roll with, we'll say, strength and getting medieval.
Okay. 13.
13. Very cool and good. So that is going to be 3 success levels, which means on your second action, you can add your success levels to your attack roll, which is so +3. Are you trying to stake Vlad?
I sure am.
All right. Staking Vlad is going to be dexterity plus getting medieval +3. Oh, wait. Sorry, because yes, okay. Staking somebody is that, but this is a combat maneuver called Through the Heart. So it is actually at -3. You have +3 from your success levels. So you're just rolling dexterity plus getting medieval.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh my god. Okay, that's a 21.
Amazing. All right, cool. So 21 is incredible, and you are using a stake for a weapon. I don't remember exactly what yeah, okay, cool. You bring the stake down and you hit Vlad in the chest. It goes in and he cries out in pain, and for a second he freezes and you think maybe he's about to turn into dust, and then he just his eyes his eyes close. He stops struggling for a second and then they open again and he says, "Oh, fucking ow, that hurts so much. It has been so long. I forgot. Oh my god." And he is not. You did not do enough damage to fully dust him with one strike.
I don't want to like harsh anyone's vibe, but I have 19 drama points.
You really do. You really do.
I don't want to harsh anyone's vibe. Like if other people like want to go at this guy, you can have it.
I
It's cool.
support whatever you're doing, Candace.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
going for it.
So you've used your 2 actions for this turn, between aiming and stabbing him once. So
Can I
we're
put
gonna
the drama points on the stab though?
no, because
Okay.
you you could, but it wouldn't do anything because this is damage. The damage wasn't high enough to
The
dust
damage-
him.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
So
like
you can't put drama points on damage. You can only put it on the actual action.
Yeah, damage is actually not rolled in this game. It's calculated with like a modifier based on which maneuver you're doing and what weapon you're using.
Okay.
And the way that it works, just like a peek behind the curtain, is Through the Heart. The vampire is dusted if the damage you do times 5 would take them out.
Okay.
So yeah. Team Dark Ritual. You two are both trying to inscribe runes with pig's blood on the basement wall.
Correct.
Yep.
Totally normal
Be
thing.
metal.
Cool. Very metal. Extremely metal. Roll with intelligence and occultism. Both
Love
of you.
to. 23.
16.
It's very good. Both of those are very good, actually. Yeah, that is fully 10 success levels. Okay, cool. So I'm going to say I did think that this would take you more than one turn, but apparently the two of you working together are you remember these runes so clearly, and you're such an effective team. You just mesh and jive so well together, way better than Barry and Lonnie ever did. Let's be honest with ourselves here. And
I tried so hard to teach him to catch, and his dumb little kid hands just. Oh, I can't talk about this right now.
I do like to think that there is something very, very graceful about the way that Darkberry and Devin are going about this. Like they're spinning around, blood is flying everywhere, but
Like a
there's
dance.
like a choreography to it, an elegance that Lonnie and Barry never had.
truly,
I mean, how
truly a
could
dance.
they? It's Devin and Barry live together. They've literally done this dance, making
also-
breakfast in the morning.
Let's also remember that this
So
is
good.
a dexterity and grace that these two have literally never once displayed at any other point in their lives
Right.
either, outside of
100%.
spreading pig's blood on the ground. So let's not throw poor Lonnie under the bus quite so hard, you know?
They've never displayed this level of grace before, except in the morning when they're both trying to make breakfast and coffee in their tiny kitchen at the same time.
Right. There's a lot of that sort of pirouette, scooching, and
it's like, it just goes to full dance number. You see like overhead shots, and it's like juxtaposed of their shitty kitchen, shitty tiny basement. It's wow. The
Exactly.
award for Oscar Dance Off of the Year goes to
Vampire Records. So you start to inscribe these portals, and then almost immediately, hey, thank you so much.
That down, dude.
We just got a donation. Thank you, Anonymous. We also had one earlier, but there was a lot going on that I didn't want to interrupt. Somebody donated during Lonnie's descriptions and said he's just a little guy and donated $20. So thank you so much. Yeah, perfect. So you inscribe these runes on the wall, and it immediately starts to glow with that same sort of sickening crimson light. And the runes in the the runes all seem to the bright crimson light starts to leak out of the runes themselves and sort of come to a point in the center where they sort of form this pool that spreads out over the surface area of the wall.
Can I talk as a free action?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna say, Phoebe, Lonnie, send him through.
Perfect. Junie, do you want to do anything, or are you still just sort of standing guard?
I mean, I don't know, because like portals open now, like
I think it's very noble of you.
Very stabbed, but like maybe I could go and help grab Vlad and toss him into the portal now that I think Darkberry and Devin are okay.
Yeah, for sure. I think you
so I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go run over there and try to grab onto Vlad to drag him.
Perfect. We will call that strength athletics. Sorry, strength sports. It's not athletics. I keep saying that.
Just strength. Okay. I'm gonna add some drama points to that.
You probably only need one because it adds 10.
Yeah, I just need one drama point then to make it a 13.
Perfect. All right, 3 success levels. You're getting most of the way there. You kind of like grab his feet as they're thrashing around rather, and he says, "What? No, what are you doing? Stop that! Stop!" And the rest of you, hey, we fight. I thought we were doing a fight here. You can't grab my feet. That's against the rules.
He's like has this
no
like
tickling.
He has this old timey like dueling type of mentality. Is like, no, we're supposed to at 10 paces.
Excellent. Yeah. So you new round, top of the round, intentions. Let's talk about it. I'm kind of assuming Phoebe and Lonnie, are you all on the same page where you're gonna throw Vlad towards the portal?
Oh yeah, an old heave-ho.
Cool. All right.
try to hold on to him as best we can to make sure he goes in the direction, but otherwise just push him.
Barry and Devin, what are your intentions? Are you thinking about what's going to happen once he's in the portal?
Yes. Devin is definitely prepared to like fuck up the runes so that the portal will close as soon as he is through.
Okay. Very cool. Darkberry, thinking about doing anything differently?
Yes. Darkberry is committing his body and soul to making sure that vampire goes through.
Okay.
So if at any point it looks like Phoebe and Lonnie can't get him all of the way, Darkberry is just going to tackle him through.
Okay. Cool. Wow.
But he's famous now.
Yeah, that's true. You are famous.
No, it's what he's going to do.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So, all right. Very cool. You, I'm going to need some rolls. I'm going to need some strength and sports rolls from both Phoebe and Lonnie.
Is Junie helping as well?
Oh, right. Yeah, because that was technically your last turn. So yeah, you roll as well. Roll strength sports again. really more of a
21.
formality because you all have so many drama points. 21, very good. That's without a drama point?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I'm very good at sports and I'm very strong.
Yep.
And I'm hot. Those are the 3 facts about Lonnie.
It's a good
Amen.
fact.
Am I-
14.
14.
Can I use acrobatics instead
How?
Kickflip
of
'em.
sports?
Kickflip 'em.
If you describe it in a way where I am convinced, yes, absolutely.
So, like, when I am like holding him and I'm trying to launch him forward, like I kind of like use like the momentum of like the kind of kickflip action that I would normally use to like
Uh-huh.
do my flips and stuff. That's where my power comes from.
Okay.
So rather
Perfect.
than like my power coming from being an athlete on the field, it's from my acrobatics.
It's from your acrobatics. I love it. You can do it. Roll strength plus acrobatics.
That is a 20.
Right. So we've got 11 and 14 plus 3. Okay. You all throw him at the wall. You throw him at the portal, and his body like flies through the air. He screams. He's still kind of got the stake in his chest, and he catches himself. He catches himself parallel across the wall, across the portal, with his feet on one side and his hands on the other side, and says, "Oh, this is not the portal to hell I had in mind, actually."
I spear him
Never.
with my body.
I was gonna. Can I take another action to mash his fingers
Oh,
under
God.
my combat boot?
I will,
They-
okay.
Or it's just the cartoon comic book where we're all punching at all the exact same time, and it's like the camera's right there.
So yeah, what
Please.
I'm thinking,
Power of friendship. Yes.
Attached.
Right.
Yeah.
what I'm thinking is because technically we're still in the same round. Barry and Barry, you see this moment in front of you. You see like exactly what you were waiting for. He has caught himself. He's not going into the portal, and you steel yourself because you know what you have to do. You know what this means. You are ready to do it, ready to make this sacrifice if you have to. And in slow motion, you start to run towards him to build up speed to spear tackle him. But Phoebe has another action and a higher dexterity.
Indeed.
So Phoebe, you see Barry is going to tackle this vampire through this portal, and you are the only one fast enough to do something about it. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Fucking stepping on his fingers. Like I'd way rather try to like grab Barry and pull him back from the brink. Like I know my friend is trying to save everybody,
Mhm.
and that's very noble. But like
They said friend.
Barry is like what holds us all together as a shop, and I feel like he can't go. So like I run as fast as I can to try and just like either like jump in front of you so that you can't fall on him and fall on him myself, or pull you back, whichever the GM prefers.
It's really whatever you prefer. I'm going to say that you can do it no matter what, honestly, because it's Phoebe and it's Barry.
Then I'm gonna give him like a bear hug. I'm just gonna
Okay.
like go for it.
Can I try and avoid this?
Roll off, roll off.
Yeah, I was going to say if you're going to make it into a roll, then absolutely, I can't say no. So then in that case,
I would like
Yeah.
to say that Barry sees this, and I think his instinct is he like kind of moves to the side and like bumps into Junie, and I think I'm gonna try and take that book with me
Don't do it.
Ooh.
Don't do it.
Okay,
as I then
you can do one of those things. You can either let yourself get tackled and take the book from Junie, or you can try to get out of the way of the tackle.
I'm gonna take the book and get tackled.
Okay. All right. So then we're not going to roll for that.
I'm gonna take
Barry-
the book from you so fast, Barry.
No.
Barry ends up with the book, but is wrestled to the ground by Phoebe, and Vlad is still sort of hanging there suspended as he's like, are we not? Are we done? You fighting each other now?
Will,
I
Will,
lose.
question.
I give up. But parlay.
But yeah, I mean, Devin has not done anything yet. Would you like to do something?
Well, I'm just curious. How far is Vlad's body into this portal, and what will happen if I close it on him?
It's an interesting question. I don't know if you know exactly what will happen. But you
No
did
harm in
declare
finding out.
You did declare your intention,
I
so if
did.
you'd like to.
There's some
I-
harm. It could be a starfish situation. Where now there's two
Oh
Vlads.
no, that's horrible.
One in hell, one here. Like,
Oh, God.
Twice
You know
as
what?
much pizza, though.
Let's commit
Do
to
it.
this. Let's commit to this. Yeah, I would like to close the portal.
Okay. You reach out and you, like, because you helped set this up and you had rolled intelligence and occultism, you sort of found the, like, you know which one is the open rune and which one is the close rune. And you positioned yourself right next to the close rune so you can move towards it. I think Vlad will see you doing it and will say, will say to you as you are going, Devin, please, let's be reasonable. Let's talk about this. We've had so many good times together. I'm not a bad guy. I'm just a bad guy.
You just told me you killed a man's entire family, and you've been pretending to be our friend this entire time.
It was so long ago. They would be
It was
dead by
5
now
minutes
anyway.
ago. It was 5 minutes ago that we were friends.
That's, yeah. Look, I still considered us friends. Devin, you were always my favorite, always such a cheerful face, a pleasant attitude, a greeting, always ready. And I'm so sorry you got trapped in my basement. That was not my fault.
We don't have time to talk about any of that, but I need you to know, Vlad, friends don't kill each other. So we're not friends. Because friends don't do that.
Oh, I see what you did there. And then I think you probably erased the rune, and the gate like slams shut in the center and does sort of just literally cut him in half long ways, which does make him crumble into dust that falls to the ground.
Whoa.
Oh. Barry is like wrapped up, just like wiggling around, trying to get out of Phoebe's grasp. But I don't think it's working.
No.
Probably not. If you really want to try to write in the book, we can figure out what that role would be.
Nope, that's fine.
Okay. All right. And as you are all sort of like lying there, Phoebe, I mean, you have Barry in a bear hug, a berry hug even. And are you gonna let him go?
You feel like a little tear because, like, I imagine I'm behind you and I'm like holding on. You feel like a little tear, like on your shoulder, like your shirt is like a little bit wet. And Phoebe's like, "Are you fucking good? Are you chill?"
You feel Barry go limp. Like he stops struggling. He sees the vampire is dusted. He's sort of like, yes.
I grab the book and let him go, like in one motion. And when you come and you turn to like look at me, like my mascara and like my makeup and stuff is just all over my face. And I'm like, "Don't fucking do that again."
Sorry, it's the manager's job to take care of his team.
Yeah, it's the manager's job to fucking delegate, dude.
Jonah never delegates.
He's not the manager.
True.
Yeah, he's the boss.
And he delegates to you. So, you know, like, set a better example, or one of us is going to try to throw ourselves through a portal next time.
Hey guys, hey gang.
Is that Noah?
That's Jonah.
I was
Actually,
gonna say
Yes!
before
Where have you
before
been
that,
this whole time?
before that happens, I think as you're having this moment, you do hear Noah from the portal say, I just want to say that I am extremely touched that you would all do this for me and protect me and save me. And I know we've maybe had our differences in our awkward moments, shall we say.
Oh, no.
But
I feel like Phoebe and Lonnie both turn at the same time and just scream, "Shut the fuck up!"
Yes.
or some equivalent therein.
Yes. Yes.
I'm seriously abashed you're yelling at the boss this way, but I'm not gonna interfere.
this is the vampire trapped behind the barrier, and he says, "Look, I just wanted to say I've never felt like more of a part of the team. That's all. Anyway,
But
I don't even know what to say to you right now, Noah. All right, just pipe down, okay? We're trying to fucking figure this out.
we should go upstairs. I don't want to be down here anymore.
and then that's when you hear Jonah call in and say, "Hey, gang, couple things. I should go to a hospital, and Phoebe, there's a phone call for you."
What? Who's calling me here?
I don't know.
I love
And you see them just like stomp up the stairs like pissed.
There's
I
a,
love that
there's a,
Jonah didn't ask any questions. He's just like, "Oh, someone calling for Phoebe. Sick. One sec. Sorry, my ribs are broken
I'm
right
just
now. so
bleeding
gonna move a
out.
little
No big
slow."
deal.
Internal bleeding. Okay.
there's a lot of screaming
cool.
also, so it's hard to tell. So yeah, here you go. And like, yeah, if anybody wants to call 911, I guess when you're done with that call, because we only have the one phone, I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah.
great.
Hello?
Immediately you hear screaming and a lot of chaos, and I think it would be oh man, I'm completely blanking on his name. The door guy from guy from Vlad's.
Mhm.
The one single door guy.
Yeah.
The one single door guy who works all the doors in town, including yours, is on the other line. He says, "Dog, look, Phoebe, I'm so glad I got you. Look, there's something happening here. The show, like, it didn't start on time, obviously, because like you weren't here, and Barry was here. And look, everybody's really excited about seeing Barry. Everybody showed up for Barry, which is understandable because he's great and famous, and we all love him. But at first I thought it was just like a regular riot, right? But then something weird started happening because everybody started like chanting the same thing over and over again. And look, I'm not sure what's happening anymore, but I think something real bad. There's a lot of people dying here, Phoebe. I think you should probably get over here or something.
What the fuck? Barry, come on.
Okay, well, we have the hippie van. We need to get there quickly.
I'll be there in 10 minutes. 5. And I think I hang up the phone and then like immediately dial 911. And like,
I was gonna say,
just, like,
I thought we would
hand the
just
phone.
fucking leave
Jonah.
leave Jonah
I just like
entirely.
I shove the phone in Jonah's chest, like,
Fucking
Yeah.
take
Wow.
this.
Phoebe really is a hero. Damn.
You shove the phone in Jonah's chest, and as like Barry, as you step up, Jonah's gonna say like, "Whoa, that is crazy. Look, hey, is that like a magical book?"
no. Nope. It's a fucking doorstop.
Okay. It looks like one. I was just thinking, like, I kind of wish it was, honestly, because I feel like I might be about to die, and I think a lot of people did die tonight. And like, if it was a magic book, maybe you could undo all of this or something. But I'm gonna be fine. You should probably get going.
Are you asking me to necromance? Is that what you're asking me to do?
I'm not asking you to romance anybody. That would be illegal, I think.
Oh my god. And I like look at Barry and I'm like, don't you get any ideas?
About romancing or necromancing?
That one.
Okay. But
Any
Barry
of-
totally has ideas. Just saying.
I mean, we can't wish it away.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are
I'm
a
just
slippery
asking,
slope. Slipperiest slope.
Asking.
Oh
Well,
my
we gotta-
goodness.
We got to hop in the van regardless, right?
Will.
Yeah,
Phoebe
what's
is
up?
like,
So I think this may not happen until we're heading outside, but
Okay.
with Nathan's consent for this, I think as we're heading
Does this have to
towards
do
the
with
van,
necromancy?
it does
Because I
not.
thought we already established that now's not the time for
No,
that
that's later. That's
swerve.
later. It's
I
fine.
have this EMS guy, it's really complicated.
We have
No one's
time for
romancing
necromancy.
anyone's necks while you're on the
Yeah.
clock. I've been
Exactly.
very
Sorry,
clear
please,
about
We're
that.
still on the
please.
clock. It's fine.
JD, I beg of you to please save us from mine own bullshit.
No, we love to see it. We absolutely love to see it, Nathan. So, again, with your consent, as we're heading towards the van, we know Devin's clumsy. I think Devin trips, and his gloves are bloodstained, so he's taken them off, and his hand falls on your forearm.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would
Secrets.
like to roll for psychometry.
Okay. All right.
Tell us the secrets.
Secrets.
Somebody's gonna win big.
All right, so that is okay. That is. I'm going to spend a drama point and bump that up to a 27.
Seems reasonable.
Perfect. Really, I read that as go by or go home. Perfect.
I stand by that.
Yeah, honestly.
Same, yeah.
What does that do? Is it like a question per success level? I can't remember exactly how psychometry works.
Yes. So
Okay.
let me double check. What level of success does a 27 bring me to?
27 brings you to outrageous.
Cool.
Which
Is
is
that
8 success levels.
eight success levels?
Yep.
So impressions go back between 10 to 50 years. The visions are stronger and incredibly detailed. They are also imprinted more firmly in the psychic's mind and may be revisited at a later time, even if the object or person is not available.
Yeah. So you probably well, I guess what do you like, is there specifics as to, like, I mean, I figure I probably know what you're looking for, that Nathan does, but like, are there specifics around like what you find out, and to the extent of what you find out, are you asking like a question as part of it, or like how does it work?
I think it is a mixture because Devin did not intentionally do this.
Right.
I
That's
think
why I was curious.
so. I think he didn't have like a question when he touched your arm, but I think he does have the ongoing question, as does everyone. What is Lonnie's deal? What happened to Lonnie? What changed? I think that would be what's in his mind.
I'm going to turn this over to Nathan 100%, but the only thing I do want to say that you do see is amidst flashes of just Lonnie's life in general, especially back in high school. The only thing I'm going to say for sure that you see is that moment where Lonnie almost went into the brouhaha before Barry started to perform poetry and then turned back at the last second.
I think you see essentially literally all the flashbacks that we already talked about.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is, I mean, and you see tons of other stuff, and impressions and like, but you also like get another sense of like how popular he was, and how good of an athlete he was, and how it felt to be Lonnie, which, like, surface level very good, underneath a little conflicted, but like mostly good. And then you see the full coffee shop scene play out, right? And you see that he saw you guys, and maybe in a way that wasn't clear on the first flashback. This is later on in the episode. They show it slightly different, and you kind of, from his perspective, feel that he's messed up. It's not that like, oh, I don't want to be a part of this. It's like, I've ruined this. And he just, like, angry at himself, angry at everything, just like turns and starts walking away from the coffee shop. And he decides again to go the long way home. He always likes going into Twin Parks, walking through the Twin Parks, and he just kind of unthinkingly starts walking down this old, like, old highway, basically. and it gets dark. It is dark out, and usually that's no problem, but it starts to rain. Usually that's no problem until just out of nowhere, around a hairpin corner, you see headlights flash in front of him, and then nothing. And you then get small flashes of things. And it becomes clear that it's small flashes of like consciousness, where it's blurry, bleary, nothing is making sense, and but there's never pain. There's an instant of pain, but there's no pain throughout any of this. Like you feel almost completely numb until one day your eyes open and you feel again for the first time. It's a little dull, but you feel again for the first time. And you look around, and in front of you, it's just this weird building that, like, maybe it's a lab, maybe it's like a shack. It's just dark and dingy, and there is a person over you who is taking notes on a clipboard. And there is just this rush of feeling, of where you weren't feeling any feelings, or you're feeling no sensations for all this time. Suddenly you're hit like, pardon the expression, a truck with every chemical in the human body all at once just firing. And then things get a little blurry, and you're hitting something, and you're turning over something, and there's a fire. And then you, Lonnie, come to your full senses in the middle of the woods, totally alone. And you can see over your shoulder, just barely, a fire raging. And that is where the vision would end.
That was absolutely riveting, Nathan. And I feel like I have to get myself back into character because amazing.
Does Lonnie know that you had this connection, or is it just fully on your end?
So I think Lonnie notices something has happened because, like, Devin does go rigid as he's like seeing all of that in a flash, and then he drops to the ground. So
I'm
it's
imagining
not
Lonnie
like
even like catches him a little bit, because you like fell into him. It was like totally normal, and then you just like freeze for a second, and then you like collapse. So Lonnie would be like right there and has supernaturally fast reflexes, and so would catch you no problem, and just be like, oh my god, oh hey, so something is happening with Devin.
no, everything's good. Everything's fine. We're good.
Are you sure? And he like kind of like picks you up and just like places you like upright again.
Yeah, it's migraines. You know how migraines are. Yeah.
Yep, have them all the time.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah. Yeah, so
All
sorry.
right,
Yeah, shouldn't we be going? Aren't people dying?
into
Yeah.
the van.
You pile into the van, which is just reeking with patchouli. And there are like seated, there are like sitting cushions everywhere, and like tie-dye tapestries on the wall, and like mandalas and things like that. It's pretty awful. Beads hanging everywhere, and but the key is in the ignition, and you can start it and drive for Riot House with all speed, all haste. It is on the outskirts of town, as we established, where Phoebe lives. So it's a pretty short drive to get there, but longer than most of you travel on any given day, just because there's so much that's focused here in the center of Wallachia. And from a distance, even I think you can see you can see smoke rising into the air from where you know your house is, Phoebe.
Phoebe immediately like takes out a joint and starts lighting it and smoking it rapidly and is obviously very agitated. They have kind of a separate like pack with them. Like they've left their moped, like their Vespa, back at the shop. So there's like a second pack that is usually like strapped to like the outside of their like boot, kind of. That's a much bigger bag. And they like throw it on the floor. They start unzipping it, and you see like there's an axe in there. There's like a fucking sword. There's like all kinds of like crazy weapons and stuff. And they like kind of grab the axe and kind of look at it, hoist it over their shoulder. Oh, sorry. Just fucking trying to get ready.
I'd been
This day just keeps getting more and more interesting. Like you're pulling an axe out of your bag.
Listen, like if my place is fucking torched, I'm gonna go so fucking crazy. I'm just letting you guys know. You've probably never seen me when I'm mad.
Oh.
I know, like it's a problem. I try not to get upset. I'm sure you guys have seen me struggling with my anger. And I am just gonna fucking get fucking ape shit. I'm just gonna go fucking nuts. So, hopefully nothing's wrong. Hopefully nothing's burnt. I bet it was those fucking
Yeah.
idiots that believe the fucking show. Those shitheads.
Evil.
I'm imagining. I had imagined that Phoebe was driving because we're going to their house,
No.
but I'm also canonically also being like, and they're lighting a joint, and they're holding an axe, and they're just going on about like, and I'm fucking furious, and I'm so sorry. And Lonnie's just like staring out, just being like, "Are we gonna crash? What's is it?"
My Peter Parker sense also applies to driving.
Barry, the tapestry that you were like leaning against like shifts a little bit as you take a turn particularly hard, and you see that behind it there are just more weapons like mounted on the wall, like axes and swords and things like that.
Are there projectile weapons, or is it just chopping?
Old timey crossbows.
Yeah, spirit of the system. There, it has to be crossbows.
Okay, yeah. So Barry grabs a crossbow and chucks it over at Lonnie, and
Just
then
a loaded crossbow.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
just
Goes off and
punctures.
a bolt like hits the ceiling.
I will also grab a sword because I'm trained in the use of swords
Fucking forgot that.
theatrically. And I'll point out, anybody need
What would be a good
anything?
weapon for me?
It's
make
whatever speaks to you, I think.
Yeah, can I make a vibe check to see what weapon Junie should have?
Sure.
Eli's shit-eating grin as this is happening just really elevates this whole experience.
Yeah. You look at the array of weapons on the wall ahead of you, in front of you, and you think about it for a second, and you're like, what does Junie like? Junie
Music and
plays guitar. Guitars are called axes.
I'm guessing they had like some medieval double headed
100%.
axe, and I just like wrench it off the thing, and it probably weighs as much as I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I hand it over.
Judy expects it to be a lot lighter than what it was, so the moment Judy grabs it, it's like, oh.
Yeah, the blade sinks into the bottom of the van.
So Judy's spending the last bit of time in this van trying to slowly try to
See, you say that, Eli, but like, we have the mystery. We have the mystery van or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah, the mystery machine.
Mystery machine. That's the one.
Yep.
You sure do now. Devin, how are you doing? How are you holding up?
Devin is just kind of sitting back and just staring at Lonnie this entire time. Like he has not probably broken eye contact. Except if Lonnie looks to look at him, he does that very quick, like, I'm not looking at you, like, I'm looking down, I'm looking anywhere else, I'm staring at the ceiling, it's fine.
So Lonnie has exceptionally fast reflexes. So he's like, he can really dart around if he needs to, but also has no perception. So 0%, he is very afraid of driving on the road right now. And
Yeah.
so has no idea other than like, I don't know, Devin fainted. Dude needs to eat more.
Yeah.
So you can stare as long as you would like.
Great. And as you round the corner, what does Phoebe's house look like? We know that it's on like the outskirts of Wallachia, but we never really talked about more details.
So Phoebe's house looks like a house that someone has kind of like built on a plot of land. There's like a little bit of like a hill. So like the second floor is like up on the top of the hill, and then the first floor is like on the bottom of the hill, and there's a basement underneath. It looks kind of out of place. Like it's just kind of like there. Like presto, there's a house. There's like really not a lot of neighbors or anything. There's probably like a trailer park like a mile away or something. And they have like the left side of the house looks like a regular side of just looks like a regular house. But then on the right, where you see like kind of the upstairs kind of extend a little bit, and then like the little like one car garage, it's like a really like narrow kind of garage situation. There's a door that like has been kind of put on the side of that, like on the outside of the house, that's painted black and has like red lightning bolts, and there's like a mural kind of around it that says like Riot House and like awesome like scratch like graph letters. And the garage itself is like painted black as well. The rest of the house is like I said, like a normal, like it's got like white paint and like maybe some like black and red edging or something like that. But when you go from the side, it absolutely looks like it might be some kind of venue. There's like a light, like two lights on top that are like black lights or whatever that flash to advertise what it is.
Amazing. As you turn onto the road that leads up to your house, immediately you see that the garage is on fire, is ablaze. And more than that, you see crowds of people standing around, easily 100 people, easily. And as you start to drive through them, they're all standing there completely still, looking directly at your house. As the van starts to roll through, they're very close on either side. Some of them are. And as the van starts to drive past them, they turn to look at the van, and all of you with access to a window will say that this is one of those vans that has a big window on the sliding door as well. As you see them turn, you recognize some of them, except that they no longer have eyes. They're just smooth where there should be. And as you start to drive past them, they all open their mouths. And from inside their mouths, all you see is just the head of a raven.
It's the birds.
Just
Turn around.
alive and looking out. And they, as you start to drive past them, and they open their mouths, each and every single one croaks. Nevermore. It starts to intensify. And
I hate it.
they step closer to the van, and they reach out with their hands and start like pushing against it. The van starts rocking a little bit, and there are like easily 100 of them, all sort of starting to converge on all of you.
Phoebe,
I know that you took the book away from me for very good reasons, but I think we can use the book to fix this.
You can use the book to fix only this right now.
Are we
Yes.
sure we can use the book to fix this? Are we sure the book didn't cause this?
I kind of want to throw the book into the fire. I'm not going to lie to you about it.
Barry, as you are like looking through the book, you are flipping through it, and the pages are just full and just full and full. Everyone you flip past, and finally you get to like the end, and there is a tiny little space in the corner that has not yet been written in.
Let me try something.
Should we wait, Barry? Should we talk about what you're gonna write before you write it?
Chance of
Barry
nevermore
responds. It's like we're just
growing
rocking.
louder. Yep.
It's like I don't know that we have time for that.
Okay. Will. Hey, Will.
Yep.
Will you?
Yeah.
Will you allow me as Lonnie to make a dramatic choice that if you thought too much about it would open up everyone to maybe a lot of danger, but because we're in a Buffy the Vampire TV show, obviously will not.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, who am I to say no to an offer like that?
Lonnie, what did you throw Lonnie? What weapon did you give him?
Crossbow.
Yeah, a crossbow. Lonnie in one hand has a crossbow, and in the other still has the broom, like little bit of broom. And he says, "I'll go buy you time." And he like kicks open the back of the door of the van, like the back door. I was gonna say the back flap. Don't care for that phrase. But like kicks it open. I'm imagining like a couple of like weirdos go flying a little bit, and he slams the door and takes off running.
Yeah, absolutely. And they start, some of them break away and start like chasing after you. Again, those chants of nevermore are just growing louder and louder. And some of them do not break away to chase Lonnie, though. Some of them are staying on the van and they're starting to like reach up and bang on the windows.
Should we help him? Should we do something?
No, I don't think he needs help. I don't think he's human. It's fine. Anyways, we should be figuring this out.
I think in the very, very small space, and the group can nix this if someone wants to reach a hand out. But Darkberry is going to put down in very, very small letters, write, "I wish today never happened."
Interesting.
I don't even know if I can argue with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Or it's more like, "I wish today would and will never happen." Like all,
No,
Today-
I like that. I like that wish a lot. You write that in the book. Junie, suddenly, very suddenly, the sound of the seashore stops. The sound of the waves and the ocean breeze stops. Just cuts out completely. And everything for you, we're going from Barry's perspective here since you wrote it. Barry, everything fades away. Everything around you just stops. It just cuts at the same, like a fraction of a second after Junie, you stop hearing the sound. It's just dead silent, and then everything cuts. Evan, you are in the store. You're in Vampire Records. You are closing for the night. You're finishing up counting the money from today. You look over at the clock. It says 11:59 p.m. But you remember everything.
And I'm alone in the store.
Yeah, you were closing.
I'm gonna call Barry.
Barry, the phone rings in your apartment, and you are startled from sleep, I imagine, at that hour.
Yeah. And I imagine Barry somehow has like a novelty phone ringer, like it's some like, Broadway Frank Sinatra thing or whatever.
Right.
Hello?
Is it the phone that sings Karma Chameleon?
Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yes.
Picks up the phone. Barry Devin's house.
Hey Barry, it's Devin.
Oh, Devin, what time is it?
Just about 11.
Barry, you remember everything too, but for you, you were asleep. You thought it was a dream. Like, you're still waking up, but it
Yeah.
feels like an insane dream.
That was the weirdest fucking. What's going on, Devin? Something wrong?
What was the weirdest? What was the weirdest fucking thing?
Oh, I just had a dream. Involved some crows, ravens.
Oh, okay. All right. So you remember too?
I remember. I don't usually remember my dreams, no, but I do remember this one.
Yeah. Barry, buddy, I don't think that was a dream.
Now that you're waking up more, you're realizing it was way too lucid. It was way too real. You remember the book. You remember saying you wish today never happened.
Wait, so Phoebe really kills vampires?
Apparently they do. I mean, they're really badass. Like, that was so fucking incredible.
I wonder if Franz is still alive.
I guess you should maybe call him, call the hospital. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, does that mean you're not Hamlet anymore?
Oh no.
Oh, Barry, that sucks. I'm so sorry.
Wait, does that mean I'm not manager anymore?
Everything ripped away by his wish-making hubris.
No, Barry. Actually, I will say Barry had the impression that all of the fun things that he had gotten today were going to go away. So he, it's more of a yeah, that's true. All right, I'm gonna call the hospital. You call the gang. Make sure
Yeah.
everyone's okay. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad you're okay too.
I'm glad you didn't disappear.
You call the hospital, and a very tired sounding woman answers the phone. You ask about Franz. She doesn't know what you're talking about. She sounds very confused.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Sorry.
And I think we'll probably time skip. Devin, you call the rest of everybody. You call the rest of the gang of the Vampire Records employees. Are you calling Jonah?
I think I'll probably. So I feel like the order is like I call Junie next, then I call Lonnie, then I call Phoebe. And so
Okay.
I think I will at that point ask Phoebe, hey, I've been kind of doing a round robin. You think I should also call Jonah? Like clue him in? See what's up?
I mean, you can try, but when we all remembered that you were a real person, he didn't know who you were. So don't be too upset if he's just kind of standoffish about it or doesn't understand what you're saying to him.
He might also be high.
Yep, that tracks.
So yeah, I will also call Jonah.
Can I make a quick character choice?
Yes.
I think before you call Jonah, you may have extra news. I'm going to say that Lonnie doesn't remember.
Interesting.
Left the
Okay.
van.
Because you weren't in proximity, yeah.
He doesn't remember. He's like, wait, like record store Devin?
Yeah, like record store Devin. Do you know a lot of Devins?
I'm sorry. I'm waking up. Yeah. Sorry. Why are you calling?
I was just checking in to see if you're good.
Yeah. Sorry, is this about like the shift tomorrow or
No, like no weird dreams.
no. He says, looking over at his character sheet that says recurring nightmares on it.
Not that I
Okay.
care to talk about.
Yeah, not as far as you need to know.
Yeah, cool. I respect your privacy. I don't know. A lot of our coworkers seem to have kind of weird dreams, and just wanted to see if you were doing okay. We live in a weird town. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very nice of you. Yeah, thanks. Doing fine. I'll see you at at work tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you then, Lonnie.
Devin, you hang up the phone, and as you do so, you look up and you see the board with the Lonnie Deadpool on it. You see all of the different options written out and the amounts of money that have been wagered on each. Turf toe, obviously, far in the lead. Uh, a lot of other options, each one kind of crazier and more far-fetched than the last. Secret agent is definitely on there. Alien, definitely one of the options. And then like down there at the bottom in fairly small writing compared to some of the others, monster, question mark. What do you do?
I think Devin erases it. I think he just kind of stares there for a long moment, reflects back on what he saw, and just takes that off the board.
Nice. For ease of convenience, we'll say that the rest of you who do remember this probably gather at the record store just to kind of touch base and compare notes. Even though it's the middle of the night, none of you are going to be able to get back to sleep after this anyway. And I think from there, we'll probably just do, I think there's a series of montages of like all four of you just like kicking in the door to the basement of Vlad's and like punching out Goat Punch the band before they even like mid setup, before they even get a chance to put up the banner. And then like the next day in like broad daylight as Vlad goes to open the store, similarly you're all just waiting on the other side and you immediately just like hold him down, and Phoebe, you stake him in the middle of the heart and he dusts, turns into dust. And then like you um Barry, you like there's a montage of you like kicking in the door to Franz's dorm room where like he's just he's sleeping, but the book, the evil like wish granting book, is sitting on his desk.
Naturally.
You like you know for good measure maybe you just like clock him once across the jaw and then take the book with you. And then correct me if I'm wrong about any of it, but I imagine maybe you burn it like you talked about doing.
There is a serious moment of temptation. And in fact, the camera might see Barry's hand reach into his pocket, but then it comes out clean. There's no pen, and he gives it to Phoebe to get rid of that fucking thing.
Maybe you dispose of the book. It is a pretty typical day at Vampire Records. Customers come and go. Everybody is there on time. Everybody's there for their shift. Lonnie is sweeping. The rest of you are tending to other matters. Devin, it is your job. You were on the schedule, or no, sorry, Barry, you were on the schedule to give Noah his blood.
So Barry descends down into the basement and heads over to the refrigerator and says, Noah.
Master Barry, isn't your audition today?
You know, I decided to take a pass on it.
But you were so excited about it.
You know, I've learned that sometimes that you can't always get what you want in life, but you do get what you need. And then I throw him the bag.
He sighs. and sinks his fangs into it, sort of thinks about what you said while he drinks the blood, pulls it away, sort of full fruit punch mouth, and says, well, I'm sure next time you'll nail it.
With your help, I think I will.
Should we hug it out?
No.
Yep. Are you sure? I thought I thought there was a moment. I thought we were having a moment.
Noah,
Boy,
Noah, just because I haven't decided that you're not a person, which I think you are,
No.
that's, as Junie mentioned, boundaries are
You're right.
important.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, Barry. I was going to bite you if you hugged me. I was going to drink your blood, and I apologize for that. Apologize for even thinking about it. I feel terrible.
Listen,
But I was going to do it, and I will try again.
I know. We all know. Just
Noah,
behave yourself, and we won't have to let Phoebe stake you.
I don't have a choice. All eternity.
Finger guns.
Noah and Jonah have literally never been more clearly related than in that fucking scene. Like the whole time, it's been like, I don't know, he's some creepy vampire, and in that moment was extremely like, oh, okay, I see how it all
There it
connects.
is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and you have that moment with Noah. You the rest of the day progresses. Phoebe, the lead singer of Evil, comes in, asks about playing a gig, tell him that he can play the Riot House. You don't tell him that he can play the Riot House.
No.
You tell him to kick rocks.
I laugh in his face
Okay.
and gesture to the door.
All
what I
right,
do.
fine. You know what? Fine. That's fine. I heard there's a better venue in this town under a pizza shop. We're going to go there.
Go for it. Their garlic rolls are dry.
Fuck. He leaves the store. And the only other thing of note that happens that day is Jonah shows up, and he is in the store for a few minutes before he approaches, before he comes out from the back where you're all kind of standing around the front counter. It's kind of a lull. There's still some people browsing, and he walks over to all of you and he says, "Look, hey, look, I was going over some stuff, and Barry, I realized you weren't supposed to be here this morning. And I'm sorry that I put you on the schedule. I made a mistake."
That's okay. My audition, I skipped it, so no harm, no foul. I appreciate your honesty, though.
I really appreciate you showing up, even though you had something planned. And I've been thinking about this for a long time, but Barry, I'm going to be the manager.
Yes.
All right. Right on. Cool. Okay. Well, it seems like you got this well in hand then, and I trust you, so I'm going to take off.
All right. Yeah. You have a good one, boss.
No,
We got it all covered here.
no, you have a good one, boss.
Barry's heart fills.
Jonah's gonna walk out, and then he's gonna say, "Oh, 6, right? Right house tonight?
Good night.
Yeah. All right. Cool. See you there.
I should probably leave now to
it's
get there
8.
in time.
8. It's 8. Right
Yeah,
now?
Barry got bumped up.
Am I late? Wait.
No.
6. It's 6 right now. Okay. Great.
Barry is on at 8. He got bumped up.
Hey, congrats, man. What a day for Barry. Am I right, everybody? Wow. You know what, Barry? Employee of the month. I'll see you later. And Jonah walks out of the store. I think the only other thing we see is the show that evening at Riot
may
House.
I jump in
Oh,
real
yes,
quick?
Devin,
Just
what
for
do you...
just for a brief moment, but I think at some point during the day, Devin finds a moment where Lonnie is away from the others and they have
most of the
some
day.
privacy. Most of the time. Pretty easy to find as long as I keep an eye on who else is around, because, you know, people come in and out of the break room. But in a moment where the two of you can just have a bit of breathing room, I think it's uncomfortable because it's Devin. So like he walks in, he doesn't really say anything for like a good minute, and then just says, "Hey, Lonnie, I want you to know, I don't think you're a monster."
Lonnie just like stares at you and why would you say that? That's it's a weird thing to say. I don't know why would you say that?
Just reasons. I just want you to know that whatever happened to you or was done to you or whatever, I don't think you're a monster, and I hope that you don't think of yourself that way either.
No, you know, I as soon as I get back under like insurance and stuff, like I'm gonna get the surgery for the turf toe. It'll be fine.
Yeah, the turf toe. Yeah, of course. That's what we're talking about.
Um, and like there's like the awkward pause persists. And then like as Devin were to like turn around or whatever, Lonnie would just say, thanks. Thanks.
I'm not going to tell anyone else. I
About the
just want,
surgery stuff?
yeah, about the surgery stuff. Your secret is safe with me.
Because it's turf toe is like it can be really painful, you know, like it's
Yeah.
it hurts, you know.
It
can
ends
really
careers.
Yeah,
Really does.
it can be life destroying, and I want you to know that that we've got your back.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, this place wouldn't
Starts
run without you.
starts sweeping a little more jauntily.
Sweet more jauntily, and I think the only other thing of note really that happens is you clock out. The store closes early so that you can all make it to Riot House on time, where Barry, you are performing your performance, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I will sing a song at you if you want me to.
You don't have to.
Oh, I'm happy to sing a song at you.
I know you prepared a thing, so I didn't want to skip it, is all.
No, so Barry comes in dressed like Dark Barry, but like it is clearly not Dark Barry, it is regular Barry. And I don't know if anyone has ever seen Barry play a guitar. Devin has probably heard his attempts, but like this is not something he's ever really done in public. But he's head to toe black, and he's got his guitar, and he gets up to the microphone and he says, I'm Barry Belmonte, and this is Johnny Cash, Man in Black. And he starts playing, and he's really not skilled. But then he starts singing, well, you wonder why I always dress in black, why you never see bright colors on my back. And he thinks, and why does my appearance seem to have a somber tone? Well, there's a reason for the things that I have on. I wear the black for the poor and the beaten down, living in the hopeless, hungry side of town. I wear it for the prisoner who has long paid for his crime, but is there because he's a victim of the time. I wear the black for those who've never read or listened to the words that Karl Marx said about the road to happiness through solidarity. Why, you'd think he's telling us to feed the scene. Well, we're doing mighty fine, I do suppose, in our streak o' lightning cars and fancy clothes. But just so we're reminded of the ones who are held back, up front there ought to be a man in black. I wear it for the sick and lonely old, for the reckless ones whose bad trip left 'em cold. I wear the black in mourning for the lives that could have been. Each week we lose 100 fine young men, and I say Vietnam. And I wear it for the thousands who have died, believing that the Lord was on their side. I wear it for another 100,000 who have died, believing that we all were on their side. Well, there's things that never will be right, I know. And things need change everywhere you go. But till we start to make a move to fix the sidebar right, you'll never see me wear a suit of white. Oh, I'd love to wear a rainbow every day and tell the world that everything's okay. But I'll try to carry off a little darkness on my back till things are brighter. I'm the man in black. Chung, chung.
The crowd goes wild, absolutely wild. Everybody loses their shit. Jonah's there, and he's like, "That's my manager. That's my manager." People start. A chant starts, and at first it's a little eerie because the last time you were here, you also heard a chant, but this time it starts very quiet and then it builds, and it's just Barry, 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 until everybody in the crowd is just chanting Barry over and over again. You put your arms up, they cheer even louder. Lonnie, you remember a night where you almost went in to see Barry perform
I was
and
going
then
to say,
decided not to.
You asked last time whether you saw like a large, kind of hulking figure in the back. And that time it wasn't the case. Lonnie wouldn't have gone with everyone,
Yeah.
but this time there is.
And the chant builds and builds and builds. And Lonnie, as you are standing in the back, you become aware of a presence next to you. And you look over and you recognize the person, and your old teammate Sam standing there and says, "Lonnie, long time no see."
Yeah. Well, wow. Funny seeing you here.
I didn't know you were still in town.
Yeah. 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 Still here. And around and like, yeah.
He reaches out and he kind of like, he smiles and he reaches out and he kind of puts a hand on your bicep and says, "You want to get a beer and catch up?"
Like now?
Yeah, there's a keg. Why not?
Do you come around here often?
You know what's weird? I don't. I just kind of ended up here tonight.
Yes, same. Yes.
Great. Let's go. Gets you a beer.
Lonnie just stands there awkwardly, waiting for a beer to return, not sure if he should run away.
Yeah, and he does come back with a beer, hands it to you. The berry chants eventually die down because the next band, has to go on and perform. And I think, the next band is like a very beloved, like, local group. Excuse me. No, thank you so much for the bits, David. A very beloved local group that is everybody knows them. Everybody knows all their songs. As soon as they start playing, the whole crowd is gonna like start singing along and probably go a little crazy. In this, like, they right before they perform, I think they run over to the sound booth. The lead singer like runs over to the sound booth, such as it is, and is like, "Our guitar player's not here." I don't know what to do. Our guitar player's not here.
I look at Barry like,
Barry has had his moment. He takes off his axe and he hands it to Junie and says, "I can handle things in here."
Oh,
Which you may not think he could, but he'll try his darndest.
It's probably everything's pretty much where it needs to be anyway, so it's kind of a
And the lead singer's like, "Can you play?"
I mean,
she can play.
a dabble, it's fine.
Do you mind? Like, I thought Vlad was going to be here, but like nobody's seen him or heard from him or anything, and like I don't know what to do. We're about to go on.
I already skipped town.
Yeah, figures. That's weird.
I mean, sure, yeah, I'm down.
Hell yeah!
Why not?
All right, let's go.
Cool. Yeah,
And,
Judy straps the guitar on.
Strap the guitar on. You get up there and you start playing. He real quickly as he tells you the chords and everything, and you're good to go. You start playing. The whole band like starts playing. You start strumming, and the crowd is like getting warmed up. They recognize the song immediately. Everybody's getting super excited and super hype. The lead singer steps up to the microphone and says, "Thank you all so much. We have been." Oh man, what do we? I don't have a name for this band. I'm trying to come up with one off the top of my head.
it's got to be vampire themed, right?
It does. It does.
We're the Bloodsuckers or something.
Thanks
for
for
a
the
local
memories.
band.
Thank you so much, everybody. You have heard us before. You know us. We are the stakeholders, but tonight we're doing a little bit differently. We're doing things a little bit differently. We're changing our name. We're reinventing our sound. We got a new person with us. Seems like a good time for new beginnings. From now on, you can call us Nevermore. Hit it. And they start playing the song. The crowd goes wild. The rest of the night passes. People go nuts. It's a good night. A riot house.
I want to say there's a great scene of Devin and Barry dancing together like they were when they were doing the occult symbols, but just no blood this time.
Absolutely. And the rest of you, Phoebe, Barry, and Devin, as you're standing there, you're watching Junie perform with the band. Everybody's enjoying the performance. You like see far across the crowd in the back of the room, you see like Lonnie standing there drinking a beer with this tall, blonde guy that you recognize from yesterday. But Lonnie is not to put words in your mouth, but I think Lonnie is maybe laughing.
Yeah, he looks more like, especially it's been a little bit, and it is definitely more relaxed than he has been. I mean, high tension still, but it's a different. The tension's in a different part of his body now.
Yeah, it
but
is.
there is
Hell yeah. They got to CGI that part out.
But seems to be having a nice time.
I will say Devin raises a bottle to you and just kind of nods in your direction, Lonnie.
We fade to black on Lonnie is unfamiliar smile and thumbs up. And that's Vampire Records. That's Vampire Records, everybody.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging out and catching the game, watching us play this very silly and fun game of friendship and solidarity in the face of capitalism and terrifying birds that I apologize for all of the descriptions of. And I feel genuinely bad about that. But anyway, this was so much fun, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who watched, thank you to everybody who donated and hung out, and especially thank you to everybody who agreed to play in this game. This is a great group of people. Got to cross a lot of names off of my table bucket list with this one. So thank you all so much. And we raised a bunch of money, and we sold shirts. And I think most importantly of all, we discovered the true meaning of friendship. And I mean, those shirts are going to be up at least for tonight. Who knows what the future may hold? But if you want to get one, you can do that. There's a thing. Let me post the thing. We are going to go around and do outros once again, and then we will rate somebody. We'll find somebody to rate. I don't know who's streaming right now, but I'll look into it. We'll go in the same order, which means Dark Barry, regular Alex. You're first.
Hello, I'm regular Alex. I was also Barry and Dark Barry and Darkest Barry. You can find me down there on Twitter at Mightiest Finn or on itch at Backwater Games. Check out Backwater Southern Gothic Roleplaying, which is out currently. We've got Backroads coming out in the next few months and some projects in the pipeline. Otherwise, I post pictures of my dog and talk about the dumb shit that's going on in my life. And I love you all, and this was delightful. Thank you, Will, for having me. Anytime. This is great.
I mean, I feel like this is going to be one of those moments. Like, where were you when Dark Barry performed the Man in Black?
Yeah. Legendary concert.
Legends will be told of that. That was amazing. I'm so glad that we got a chance to do that. Candace.
Hi, I've been Phoebe Riot. My name is Candace. You can find me at that Candace Girl on Twitter, at Candace Magnificent, pretty much everywhere else. I stream a lot on other people's channels. You can find me at Crossroads Games. You can find me this Friday on Insight Check's channel doing some New of Arden with Adventure Slang Productions. You can find me every Tuesday on 12-Sided Stories. We're about to start a Cyberpunk Red game. And you will probably be able to see me. Yeah, you'll see me on Monday on Total Party Chill. So follow me on Twitter if you want to know what I'm up to. I also will be doing some Black History Month ukulele cover shows and do some streaming this month. So hit me up.
Absolutely.
And thank you to Will and your team for having me. Like, this has been really wonderful. And while you have crossed off a lot of people on your bucket list, as have I.
Ooh. It's always nice when that works out. Eli.
Oh, hi. My name is Eli. I am the resident ghost of Mayday Roleplay. We're an award-winning podcast AP team that does podcasts and stream. We are currently completing our Vampire the Masquerade campaign called Vegas by Night, as well as kicking off recording for our Doom to Repeat Delta Green campaign. Arc 3 is on its way. When I'm not doing that, I'm also a game maker in the TTRPG space. I currently have a game out called Ghostfy, which is about saying goodbye to your characters and learning to let them go, which you can find on my itch. But yeah, you can find me anywhere on A Ghost of Eli or patrolling around Mayday Roleplay. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. This is really, really fun. I hope I can do more.
Thank you. JD? And I need to do that. Yep, there we go.
Perfect. Hi, I'm JD. I was Devin tonight. Being a part of this game was honestly a dream come true. Like, when Will pitched it, I was like, please let me in. Like, my favorite pieces of media. And then I saw the cast and was like, oh my God, I'm at the table with all of these amazing people, and my heart is just very full. So I am very happy to be here. I can often be found with Live from the Apocalypse. I am in Class Reunion. I am also in Academy H, so I will be back this Sunday for that recording. In between, I will be with RPGs Uncovered for Cyber Rats, and then come Monday, I will be with Tales from the Table Studio for our SCP game, A Crumbling Foundation. I also have some exciting announcements that I can't make quite yet, but I'm going to keep teasing them because I think they're going to be some really great things. March and April are shaping up to be interesting months, is all I will say. And I am very excited for this. And I love all of you. Tonight was amazing.
Absolutely. And Nathan?
Hello, I have been Nathan, as I have also been Lonnie in the depths of my soul. You can most frequently find me over at Reckless Attack, a weekly 5e podcast, recklesstalk.com, reckless_attack. If you like a lot of the vibes of drama, maybe not soap opera drama, but drama, and horror and spookiness and frogs, maybe go check us out. It's a good show. New episodes every week. We also have Tale Till Now episodes if you want an easy way to hop on or get caught up. And we also do tabletop role playing game interviews twice a month, give or take, depending on the particular month. We just released one last week. And yeah, those are always a great time. So lots of things to check out on our end. And once again, thank you to all of the beautiful folks here up on the screen tonight. You were all a dream to play with.
No, you literally just realized 3 episodes into this 3-game series that I thought I had fixed everything, and I got your social media handle wrong. I forgot the underscore. Not a huge deal. But,
that's all right. I do too.
Yep. Sorry about that. It's at reckless_attack, as it turns out. Everybody watching this, go follow that account. And that's it for us here. I'm Will. I have been your storyteller these past 3 sessions, and I'm often here doing more of the same. You can find me on the first social media handle down there. Follow the channel on the other social media handle. There will be links in the chat in just a second. We have a bunch of really cool stuff coming up. This Sunday, we will be recording more of our Mass Actual Play podcast, Academy H, if you want to come check that out. And we will have a special guest with us. Corey from Class Reunion will be joining us for the next, I think, 2 recording sessions. So like 4 episodes, probably a full arc. So check that out. You know Corey, you love Corey if you watch this channel, as do we. And that's going to be it for us. If you are not already, please follow the channel here on Twitch or follow us on the various social media platforms that we are on, which is pretty much all of them. Or you can join our Discord community, which is a great place full of great people. We would love to have you be a part of it. There's a lot that goes on in there, and it's a good place to be. There are 2 messages in the chat. If you are subscribed, you can copy paste the first one. If you are not, feel free to grab the second one with the raccoons. We're going to hop over and say hi to our friends at Beggar Street. They are streaming their Masks podcast. Well, it's not a podcast. They're streaming Masks themselves. So we're going to disappear in just a second. Don't go away. Come on the raid with us. Say hi to Beggar Street. And on that note, thank you once again to everybody for being a part of this game, for joining us tonight. We've been live from the apocalypse. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Go on.
Good night.